Taking the milk and
What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again, episode 187. I am your host, Anthony Trapani. As always, I got some resident homies with me, the full bunch, Casey Howard, Joel Horner, and Joseph K. What up, dudes?
Hi, Anthony.
And I, real quick, just want to apologize to the viewers and listeners. We didn't even tell you. We didn't even tell them that we weren't doing an episode last week. I'm sure that people figured it out pretty quick that it landed on 4th of July and all of us were going to go blow up some shit and drink some beers, but we never gave you guys the heads up.
Imagine the thought we would have been too drunk to do an episode.
Yeah, no, it would have been fine.
We could have handled it. Celebrate America. But
yeah, is this thing on?
Just making sure. You guys caught me off guard. I was still turning my light on, and then I was like, "Oh shit!"
I know. I saw. It's funny watching because I could see like everyone on the bottom, like what they're doing, and like right as the music started, like Andre left for a second, and you left, and it was like 3 empty seats. I was like, "All right, sick, dude, we're good." And Andre, Andre and you came back in like right before the shit went like live. I was like, "Oh, yeah." It was slick. In fact, under the wire. I love it.
We're joined by Andre Cornejo. What up, Andre?
Sup, fucker?
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
This is some OG fucking Cali Death shit we got going on here right now, and I'm loving it. I was really excited about this one.
Love you, boys. Go way back.
Cheers, dude. Most definitely. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're back. Happy 4th of July. I hope all you guys still have all your fingers and you didn't throw up on anybody at a party. But we are here as always on a Thursday night, and let's get down to it. Get down to the biz right off the top. Battleforgecoffee.com. The homies in Deeds of Flesh put together this company, and it's a quality company. I support it very much, and I want you guys to as well. Good coffee, awesome merch. Go check it out. Second up, I got a fly in my face. GeneratorRehearsalStudios.com, Oceanside, California. Where's he at? Did he leave?
He just left.
Well, the owner of GeneratorRehearsalStudios.com was just at Casey's right now. We had a little pre-pod hang for a minute, but that's where we want you guys to go in the SoCal area. If you are willing to drive to Oceanside or within the vicinity to get there, go jam there. And then what's the Cali Death? We're gonna hold off on that one. We'll let Professor talk about that real quick.
Hello, everyone. The Cali Death merch inventory is in Long Beach, but I am in California. I mean, sorry, I'm in Santa Cruz.
Damn, we're like the worst at selling shit, I think.
I know.
We're just like, dude, we don't have it, dude. So
I'm in a different part. Yeah. We literally so I left a printer there, and my studio partners can possibly ship out the remaining order with the help of me sending them the PDF to print. But until like I have them, I'm gonna put the sales on hold. So I'm gonna go to the website right now and do what I was supposed to do and say we're not selling these yet, and then I'll turn that back on when I.
The professor's back up in Santa Cruz near us, dude. Now Casey's the only one too far away.
He's been moving.
Yeah, and Santa Cruz is very cool, and I was able to go see this show the other night.
Archaic. I know. I fucking missed it. I'm sick, dude. That was a perfect sick. Yeah. How was that?
It was.
I saw some videos. It looked great.
Dude, I rode my bike from my house to the show, so that's how
so sick.
That's how Loki is out here, dude.
I
So-
would have gone. I was in Portland, but I definitely would have made it out there since, you know, that's the first time Jared's been back to Santa Cruz since he moved too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's true. And then Entheos played the next night, so it was like a lot of activity here. But I didn't make
Yeah,
it
I
to
went.
that
And saw,
one.
I went and saw them. That was just to say what's up to Naveen and Cheney and stuff. And I wasn't really like you know, I'm not really into the other bands, but just to see them and stuff. They're, you know, just watch their. They have fucking the guitar player of Allegiant and that other guitar player Andrew, who's played
Yeah,
the Faceless so much
Stansell.
of the. Yeah, he's fucking amazing. They both were great. And obviously Naveen and Cheney are just fucking having fun. Like it's Naveen's like smiling he's like the whole time. He's like just having a great time, just like going up there, and his whole family was there. Just got to hang out with his dad and stuff for a while. It was a good
Nice.
show.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
So it's popping up here in NorCal, and
Yeah.
that's
You
the end
got
of this
any-
side
you
of
got-
the story.
Some professor plugs?
Yeah, lots gonna happen. I'm gonna drop a EP tomorrow from a project I'm in called River Gorger. We recorded these songs a decade ago, and coincidentally with me moving here to where it was recorded, I also happened to have like finalized production and finalized artwork and promo for it. So just be on the lookout tomorrow, River Gorger. I'll be posting it on IG and all that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it's like a instrumental math rock kind of band. So
nice.
yeah, I was doing it.
Oh, it sounds
back in
like
the
it's
day.
right up my alley, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what do you play in it? Drums?
I play bass in that band.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay,
haven't
yeah, dude.
all jammed in like 10 years, but I mean, we might jam again now that I'm here. So
Nice.
Who's Andre? Who's this Andre you're talking about?
Andre,
Yeah.
dude, tell us some fucking places you want us to go, even though you're not big internet dude. Where's all your shit found?
For like Deathgrave, you can find our postings for our shows and what we got coming up on IG. It's at Deathgrave408. And aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much the only way that, like, you know, I'm sure that they have, like, you know, all kinds. Yeah, just
Is it him cutting out?
Oh yeah. Oh.
Hold up.
because I really value my privacy, and it's got me in trouble before.
Sorry,
So-
bro.
Oh,
You
say
were-
say
yeah,
that say
just
that thing
been
again.
kinda
We
traumatized
lost
from it.
you for a second.
You were cutting out during all.
Oh,
most
for
of
sure.
that.
Yeah, I just kind of. All right. Well, basically, I just don't really do social media too much, just because it's just caused me problems in the past, and I'm pretty private about my shit. But the thing is, I'm social enough. Like, if you go to any fucking metal show, there's 90% chance I'm going to be there.
Oh yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
and you're ready
Really,
to party.
yeah.
You're ready to chill, dude. That's the whole thing. It's like
constantly
we
unstoppable.
and now I'm already gonna start acting like the old guy now, but I'm like, that's socializing, dude. Social media is not really socializing. It's like
Yeah.
a fraction of socializing. But in the moment where it's just like us in the smoking section at a show or whatever, I can't think about what I'm gonna type to you. You know, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah. You don't have a chance to like kind of
Yeah, no
formulate
shit.
your thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
And nowadays
It's
you
like
can
there's so
you know,
many positive things about it, though.
No, for
Like,
sure.
yeah, there's like social media
networking.
has like it's great for bands, great for networking. It's fucking. I got people that like basically, you know, sift through all the bullshit for me and send me all the fucking price fucking memes and like all the hilarious shit. So I just get to have people like sift through all the bullshit and just send me links to the shit that's hella funny. And
Yeah.
so I get all the positives of it. It's just that I like to make time to read, and if I'm gonna be fucking around on my phone all day, I'm not gonna like touch my books.
Right.
It's like so yeah, I got a stack of them I'm looking at right now that I'm like I really need to fucking like start like focusing on, because I have been fucking around on my phone with all the shit that people send me. So
That's
I'm
another
pretty
thing we
sure I
have in
could get
common,
addicted
dude.
to it.
Staring at a stack of books that you know you want to read, but finding the time to really give them the attention that you want to give them, you know. I know it's like it's a
Yeah.
secret. It's like a subconscious thing where you're like, I'm just setting up a library that I might possibly get to in my lifetime, you know. And books come and go. So I mean, and it's just like with physical media in general, small prints of books they go out of print, then immediately they're so much more money. I have paperback books that are like over $100 if you want a copy of it online now, and it's the same thing with vinyls and everything like that. So it's just like I don't know where I'm going with that, other than the physical media thing is like if everything were to if the internet were to shut down, I have a small library that I can go back to, you know, physically flip through pages.
You're on point,
Dude, the book I got my phone propped
yeah.
up against right now is fucking $500 book.
Yeah, dude.
So you're talking about shit that goes out of print. I got this copy of Lost Girls. It's like my mom got it for me years ago. It's like that shit's like easily a $500 book. It's a big fucker like this. I got my phone propped against it.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's and it's crazy, especially if you're.
Luckily, I read that one though.
If you read the weird shit, then it's even more of a small run on the prints, you know, and how many times they're going to reprint, you don't even know. But eventually,
Yeah, most of that shit's just a single print.
So I just feel sorry for anybody who's looking for like original copies of Terrence McKenna books and dude, he has this one book called Synesthesia. Shout out to Odious Mortem's last album. It's him and a collaboration between him and a synesthete artist. So he's writing about the phenomena of synesthesia and how it works in and out of, you know, the psychedelic realm, and dude's painting how Terrence's words look to him.
That's fucking tight.
And you're just like, that would be a sick ass book to have in a collection, dude. You want it? It's like $1,500, dude. Get out of here. Get out of
The
here.
Adobe PDF, dude. Hey, Andre, real quick. I know I was late and shit. Is it possible to try to do the just do the mic on your phone volume? Because like it picks up like.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, is this guy being a pain in the ass? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, bud. It just it's like
bring it away from the mouth a little bit.
No. It's I think we'll try
I'll try that.
I think see if you can disconnect it from the Cali Death fucking.
It's not the first
stuff.
time, baby.
We do.
This is a multiple episode thing.
Can you hear me?
This is what I was worried about. Oh yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, sick. All right, cool. Turn it all up. Sick. All right, cool.
I just hope you can hear us.
It's weird. It sounds the same.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That sounds better. Let me just
up a little bit.
The crackling's still there, but
I'm good.
Cool. Let me.
That's such a sick fucking.
Yeah, sorry. Also, not very technological.
Oh, whenever I hit echo cancellation, it like mutes. Sorry, I'll take that off.
Is this sucking?
All right.
Testing.
There we go. Testing. All right, we're good.
Try it now, dude.
Testing. What's up?
There we go.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hey.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Yeah,
sick.
cool.
Cool.
Hey guys,
I was all telling the
this
funny
live.
backstory behind this. The backstory behind this is me and Andre have been texting, and I was like, "Hey, you should try to find like a headset." Blah blah. And he like went through all the trouble to get a headset. Then I'm like, "Hey, dude, take it off."
Well, I think it probably would work.
It's fucking hilarious.
It would work if we.
Yeah, just
get the
something I had in
level
my fucking old car that I fucking used to use, but like I don't drive anymore. So it's like I totally thought about it. I was like, oh, I've had that fucking thing that I bought that I never used. So it's probably outdated.
Oh, you sound great now.
It's like the beginning of that Cephalic Carnage album where it's like all like a tape, and all of a sudden it's like
yeah.
Nah,
now we can hear you like fully. There was that's funny. I've been on a
nonstop
demo
version of that song.
Yeah, we talked.
I've been listening to Cephalic Carnage on like repeat today. I don't know where.
Which
I
album?
brought that up. Are you talking about Jihad? The beginning of a Rehab? Was it Rehab?
No, the beginning of Exploiting Dysfunction.
Oh yeah.
The beginning's all like, is this how it's gonna sound? Or it's just like it's like a trick.
And it comes out like,
and then it comes in illicit.
Yeah.
Then it's just
I think it's Rehab. The song Rehab.
Okay.
Yeah, I was listening to the Scalacarnia Anal Blast split like last week. It's like just going through the flash of the past. I was like, huh, this is different. It's not how I remember it sounding.
This
Yeah.
this song called Phantom Farter. So it's about motherfuckers
Phantom
always
Farter,
farting.
Now that
An
dude's always farting.
ocular penile receptacle. That was a good one.
Shrimp po' boy.
yeah. No, I always get blown away when I listen to them, and just because I take such breaks from like, because toured with them, listened to them my whole growing up, and I'll take like a 2-year break and throw them on, just be like, holy fuck, they were just doing something completely different.
It's still super unique. It's still totally relevant and totally makes the same exact statement that they were trying to make back then. It makes it today. And it's definitely one of those albums where you shelf it to recharge it so you can come back and it be fresh again,
Yeah.
And so much unique, comedy and fucking all this crazy technicality and
old man statement. I have an old man statement about it. I was listening to it and I was like, they don't make them like they used to. And I had like an old man thought in my head. I was like, had the like,
dude, you're not fucking
looking at my
at all, man.
Yeah, it's just completely like the experimentation, the recording, like all of it's like super raw, and I was like, they don't. I just did like an old got my cane out and shit, and was like literally had that like fucking old man thought, and I was like, fuck. And I had to judge myself.
And
on
it's
that
not
old
like
man
they were
thought.
the only fucking death metal band at the time smoking that much weed. They were just fucking fearless about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, they definitely remember Decrepit and stuff. We were like going back and forth with like, who's the biggest stoner? We were on tour with them and like, biggest stoner death metal band. We were like trying to like fucking like balls like just be like, whatever, dude, we'll smoke more than you, dude. Whatever, we don't care. And then when Lenzig got bit by the dog at by the weed dog at the Canadian border, I was like, all right, you win. The weed dog kept biting him. It kept like every time I go by him, just bite him. I'm like, all right, well, I'm like, so
it smells it in his veins, dude.
That's a measurable statistic I can use against, like in a competition. I'm like, all right, dude, the dog's biting.
Very, very, very painful way to win a trophy. Fucking multitude of bites from the weed dog.
We just throw Bill at him. Like, look at Bill though. Look at him. Come on,
I know, right?
He's pretty stoner looking. I don't know. And like, Lenzig is he takes keg.
Yeah,
that's so funny, dude. We're talking about like celebrity death match with weed smoking, and it's Bill versus Lenzig. How sick would that wrestling match
that would be?
Bill doesn't even smoke anymore.
Huge. I mean, he does and doesn't and does and doesn't and does and doesn't. He's one of those guys. But like,
either way.
Yeah, Bill's. I don't know. Bill wasn't like a massive like smoke a ton guy. He just smoked kind of regularly, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like smoking like a 2/8. He wasn't smoking like a quarter a day or anything. He was just like smoking some joints that he passed around. He was just constantly passing around joints. He wasn't like, how many bongers can I take? Fuck. He wasn't doing that. He was like totally just
What did Bill call bongs?
Oh, I don't remember. A petri dish.
Fucking petri dish.
Oh yeah, with all the people like
that shit's. He hated bongs. He was like, "That's gross."
Yeah,
I hated cleaning them, and then after you clean them, you smoke one bowl, and it's right back to smelling.
I haven't hit a bong for probably 4 years. I haven't hit a bong.
Wow.
I don't really smoke weed anymore. When I do, it's like. yeah, I'm good.
He can't afford it.
Yeah, I can't afford it. Yeah, no, it's just like I don't know. I just like the weeds. I just got started to notice that like when I was living with a bunch of people and smoking weed, it was great. Like I loved smoking weed with like my friends all the time, and when I would smoke it by myself, I just like go like I get a like weird coke guy, like paranoid coke guy, just like what's going on? And I'm like thinking about all these things. I'm like texting people shit, and I'm like. I gotta just like it wasn't my I don't like being paranoid, and I was like not noticing that when I was with my friends I wasn't paranoid. I was always like, hey, like living with like 5 friends, I would smoke weed and be like, fuck yeah, this is chill. I like this, but like once that whole kind of
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I fucking did that a lot. That was like 90% of my smoking 10 times a day thing was like. Just fucking roommates, friends, constant like in and out of friends coming in, weed, blah blah. Then like just by myself, I was like, I'm like just getting weird. it doesn't hit me in the
I
tits.
like
it used
getting
to.
weird though.
Eh,
It's fun. I would say this, dude. If I
Yeah, I
ever
can
get
smoke weed by
anxiety when I
myself like on my day off. I don't smoke very much. Maybe like it sounds like a lie, but it's true. I smoke like maybe once or twice a week at the most. It's usually on my days off.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll be chilling in my room by myself. I fucking spend most of my time in a bar or at shows or at practice. I'm constantly around people. So like when I'm by myself and I can smoke weed, just fuck around on Street Fighter for like a couple hours.
So sick.
It's like it's very therapeutic.
who's your Street Fighter character?
I used to play tournaments like in the early 2000s, so I fuck with a lot. Anybody that doesn't throw a fireball, so like Zangief, Honda, Blanca, Chun Li, Balrog, Birdie. Yeah,
Bison's
you don't throw a
Bison's a
fireball, I'll
cheap
fucks with you.
Bison's a cheap move though, right? Because I have a shirt with Bison on it as a joke, kind of. Because I would just catch you with the I'd catch you the torpedo trip, and just catch you where you couldn't. There's nothing you can do, and you're just fucked.
You could there's effective ways around it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like but it depends on the game. I don't want to get too into
Totally.
that shit, but yeah,
Dude,
Bison.
it was
I
fucking
I don't got a problem
Guile
with
and
Bison.
Blanca.
Guile is the most fucked up character. Like the original Street Fighter 2s, there's a fucking
Yeah,
kid
yeah. That was my favorite one.
that I still
When I was a
play.
kid.
There's like a local barcade around here, and he's always fucking there, and I can't fucking beat him. No one can beat him. It's like,
Sonic Boom.
he
dude.
obviously doesn't have a girlfriend. So it's like that fool's
No,
way too
He
fucking
studies
good. At
too
Street Fighter.
hard, dude. He doesn't have time for that shit, dude. He just
Dude.
jerks off and continues throwing Sonic Booms, dude.
He's just really good at playing Street Fighter with Guile. It's like it's his life's work.
No, that was actually before Mortal Kombat. That was my shit. I mean, I love Mortal Kombat though too. I think
Me too. That's my favorite.
Fuck yeah.
You know who's
The
a
original?
Dude, come
Undo,
on.
who's an Undo savage at that game is Dan Eggers, dude. Dan Eggers, PS2, and Mortal Kombat in the van on Bloodletting Tour.
Oh, that wasn't. That was like a Mortal Kombat like 9. That wasn't like the old school. That was like
It doesn't
that's
matter,
where you
dude.
where you could like
Just
move
go.
like this. You could move like this on each other. And I was like, what the fuck? And he would like just fuck us up every time.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I don't think there was like
That doesn't count.
sensors and
That's
that
not
shit
Mortal
yet.
Kombat.
Yeah, you can't do. I remember it was like because Mortal Kombat, like for
That
me,
was
I
okay.
remember my dad would give me $5 and like go like, all right, I'm gonna go to like a couple meetings and do all these things and just send me to the arcade. And I was so good at Mortal Kombat that like I would have like 475 left. Like people would come up and challenge me, and I would just murder them at it. And then I got into IT, and we had a Mortal Kombat arcade in our break room. And I get
What?
so fucking competitive about that shit. I get like I would not be beat, dude. I was like, no, you
Right.
cannot beat me. And then one person would beat me, and they'd just like fucking run into after the break, just be like, fuck yeah, fuck you, dude. Like talking all this shit.
Just tell everyone in the office, I just fucked Joel up. Everyone saw it. He
Yeah.
sucks.
Dude, we should set up
I
a
was-
Mortal Kombat tournament at your fucking marriage party.
That'd be sick. I'd be down.
Just like pop in and try and fuck somebody up real quick on Mortal Kombat.
You could rent
and
'em.
go get-
Dude, I mean, we'll just be stuck there the whole time, though. That's all I think. Just all the dudes like in a corner with, it's like that old. Remember back when like arcades were huge and like there'd be that new arcade that just came out, like Mortal Kombat 2 or 3 comes out, and you go to like the mall or whatever, and like there's this fucking like 50 people around it with like quarters all lined up, and like
Yeah.
that's what it would
Oh,
turn
yeah.
into.
Oh yeah.
Those were crazy times. Those were
Dude.
when like people would be like, "No, dude, I'm next, dude. My
That
quarter's
was the
closer
best-
to
dude,
the
honestly,
middle."
those arcades were the best places to sell weed. I used to sell weed at this fucking arcade. Just like everyone would be like sitting there, fucking, it'd be like Marvel vs. Capcom and fucking Tekken 3, and whatever Instant King of Fighters game. Just all these fucking nerds. I was like, I know these fools fucking puff tough. Roll there, fucking making a living.
And then you spend.
Arcade was a
Then
good
they
spot.
find you spending their money on arcade games down the hall.
Oh yeah. But I wouldn't go too far because, like I said, I was playing tournaments. I was at the fucking arcade all the time selling weed, so I got pretty fucking good.
That's awesome.
Had
That's awesome.
excuse. I was working.
No doubt.
That was my
totally.
job, dude.
You're hard at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fuck yeah.
Andre, let's turn
Very
it.
ambitious
Let's turn
young
it
man.
on. Let's turn focus mainly on you. Where were you born?
Me?
Yeah.
I was born in
Who,
San
me?
Jose.
Yeah.
I've
Nice.
lived all over the place. Shit, I've spent time in Santa Cruz, spent time in Oklahoma, spent time in, like everywhere, but I always wind up back in San Jose. Live here still. I'm currently holding it down for San Jose right now. Got my Cortezes on, my high ass socks. I can.
Yeah.
San Jose. Funny that we were talking about Bill earlier. It's fucking Bill's punk band's gonna be playing the Caravan here pretty soon. And Foz
nice.
was hitting me up about going, so I checked him out. And the first fucking song I click on is Bill writing a whole song about like fucking hating kids from San Jose. It's just fucking hilarious.
Playing it
Come on, Bill, I'm
at
cool.
Caravan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah. He's gonna
That's
go
not
play
such-
San Jose, but have the song. So like, I was fucking here first. You're not from here. Fucking Valley, go home. It's just fucking great.
You're like, I'm fucking home, dude.
I'm
You're
definitely
playing in
gonna
my home, dude.
Hey,
I can't
Girl,
wait.
Santa
It's gonna be a
Cruz,
lot
go
of fun.
home.
that's
he's in other cities going like Santa Cruz, fucking beat it, dude. He's like in
Yeah.
San Francisco.
does he talk about dick draggers and shit in the song?
Yeah, fucking dick draggers, fucking
well, half man, half
State
dick
Park.
dragger, right?
yeah.
Dude,
That
that's
shit
the
is
best
sick,
thing.
dude. I was checking it out. I was
Oh,
like,
hell
this
yeah.
thing's pretty fucking tough.
No, it's
I like
fun.
it.
That's awesome.
I love he like
I mean-
made some Facebook post. There's just like a picture of a boogie board like on the beach, and he's like fucking dick dragger, this and that. Like I was just like, oh my god, I could not stop laughing, dude. I was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
But, you know,
Dude,
it's
it's
like,
It
such
is
a
quite
old
humorous.
school.
It's well written
It is.
too, so it's like I'm getting a laugh, but I'm also like, these are good lyrics.
I think it's
But yeah,
beautiful
so like,
because
yeah, just
Bill's
San Jose is
having.
where I rest my head.
So
Yeah.
fun.
I was just gonna say,
But
real
yeah,
quick,
like so,
Bill's
like
having
it's
a
a trip because I
nostalgic
spend
moment,
most of
dude.
my time in Oakland.
Oakland?
Yeah, like
All right.
Oakland is where I'm always kicking it, and like people were surprised. So like I was like, all right, I got to take off. Got to go home. Fucking later. Like, all right, well, where do you live? I was like, San Jose. They're like, why are you always up here? I'm like, because fucking there's nothing going on in San Jose, and all the shows are in Oakland. So you would
Yeah, yeah.
assume I live there, but no, I get out of town.
Right on. So
yeah.
talk a little bit about childhood. So how long were you in San Jose before you guys started bouncing around?
Always back and forth.
Yeah.
It's been that way for. I can't remember. My whole childhood was moving around a lot, and at some point in my childhood, I went into foster care, and then I was moving around all over the place through that too. And eventually, my folks got us back, and then from there, still continued to bounce all over the place. So, but
Trip.
it's one thing about people that like are native to San Jose; they always fucking make their way back here. It constantly happens. They moved to Portland for a few years, moved to like Seattle for a few years. They always wind up coming back, even
Totally.
just for a
Santa
little
Cruz,
bit of
too.
time. It's just, yeah. I lived
Like
in like
people-
Aptos for a bit. That was like during the childhood, and it was really great place for a kid to like run around and shit. Woods and
Yeah,
water.
I'm an Aptos. I'm Aptos. I went to Aptos junior high, Aptos high school. That's like kind of my stomping grounds. It's definitely like a way mellower version of Santa Cruz, but very cool though. It's like insanely expensive to live there now. It's like it's the most expensive part of Santa Cruz to live now because it's so mellow that people are like, all right,
Yeah,
dude,
it's nice.
like it's like $1.5 million for a studio, dude. Don't come here. Like that's kind of like the vibe I get kind of from there. It's like, all right, we're quiet here. Don't unless you want to
Yeah.
pay. Don't fucking come here.
When he was talking about go for it, Professor. Sorry, dude.
Oh, just to say, I went to a studio in Aptos last night and hung out, and it was an incredibly nice studio, and there was a band practice happening, and it was so cool to go to Aptos from where I am, because you drive like 13 minutes, and then suddenly you're just like in the middle of nowhere, and it's just like so refreshing coming from Orange County, where you could drive 13 minutes and you're not even to the freeway yet or whatever. It's just like
Yeah,
fucking horrible. So that was just
Definitely.
what you said rings true to me. That's all.
definitely.
Shout out Aptos.
Aptos.
I was just going to mention the price. You were saying it's super expensive. That's why I would never be able to come back to. You guys have your hometowns and shit that you keep coming back to. I won't be able to come back and live at my hometown anymore. Now that I've sold and got out, there's no way I can come back in. It's like
I mean, there's the
The
lottery,
doors are
dude.
shut.
You can play the lottery.
I always see that too when I'm driving up to Rockland. I see a
Just-
So it's
lottery
up to a
thing, I'm like,
billion?
"Damn,
Fuck,
I just
I'm gonna play.
fuck, man." But I never do because I know it's not. It's just gonna waste me.
The only reason why I buy lottery tickets is just for the mind game of like, what if, dude? And then I just go with your friends or whatever, and you're like, dude, if what would you do? Like, blah blah blah, and then you get like 3 numbers on it. You're like, oh, it just doesn't,
in reality,
like
dude,
nothing.
that's
Those are
kind
the
of
words
deep.
of someone who was born to smoke weed.
Yeah, it's one piece of paper that'll give you enough dopamine until the numbers are called. That's probably what most people play the lottery for.
And then
is
just
that
rips the fucking carpet out from you. It's just all like the carpet's just all
Feels
like,
like-
all right, dude, no, you're not. You have normal money and you can't do much. It's
Yeah.
It's like when you're like
It's
playing
just so
it, you're like,
daunting,
oh,
too.
dude, go ahead.
It's like totally daunting when like that kind of money that you're thinking about. It's like to like buy a studio in Aptos. It's like even if I sell cocaine, it's not going to be enough. It's like
Yeah.
You have to do mass
fucked up,
quantities.
I always
yeah,
say to
you got
myself,
to be.
for like 300, if I make like 300 million, I think I'd give $1 million to each person that I love. I know that list would probably get pretty fucking tall, and then I'd be like, oh shit, maybe I don't need to give away half.
There'd be
maybe I
Love you
tears.
too, bro.
Maybe I just
I
give
love
my
you so
half
much, dude.
away.
I love you, dude.
Did I tell you how much I love you?
For real though, I just would want to make it to where everybody that I fucking care about doesn't have to work for the rest of their lives. That's what I would want to do, and that's a cool
I mean,
feeling.
Ideally,
I
get
didn't
a
even
commune
buy the
and
ticket.
shit.
I didn't
Do
even
you-
buy the ticket, but I get to have that feeling just seeing that fucking stupid billboard telling me the numbers. You know, then it gives me a boost with this fantasy of like, dude, just fucking shelling out millions to all my homies.
Especially like in this economy, like looking at like the cost of housing and stuff. You're like, you look at that billboard and you're like, oh, but if I win, it's like, especially around California, you're like, oh shit, dude, I could buy like 3 houses with 500 million. I'm just kidding,
Think
but it's
More
like,
work. way more.
I just had a
No, I'm
theory
just
about
kidding.
the lottery. So like my theory is either extreme is bad, like people that are like, I'll never play the lottery, it's a bunch of bullshit and all this, and then the other extreme, it's like I'm just buy a ticket regularly
Every time I can.
Like
Yeah.
I think you shouldn't buy lottery tickets, like, and just my idea, hear me out, like often at all, and then you should just like buy them at random weird times, like once a year or like some or more
when
but
you
maybe
feel it,
very like just weird, very spaced out, and then if it's meant to be, it's even more awesome because you're like, dude,
dude, there's a mathematician. Sorry, I cut you off.
there's like the $1 billion one when we were in Santa Cruz recently, like last year for the reception or the engagement party. It was what was the pot? It was like $1 billion.
Yeah, some billion. It's just like
ridiculous amount. Let's just all play because come on,
might as
Yeah.
well. I'll just throw it when I see the billion. I throw a 20 at the guy, and I'm like,
yeah,
all right, let's fuck around. Let's just see.
Let's fuck around.
let's just fuck around.
And
That was
usually
fun doing
like
that.
someone from California
Yeah.
usually wins. I've noticed it's usually like a guy from California, usually Southern California, but I always notice that like a California dude like wins. My old boss was
'Cause they
like
need the money.
he was like he's an economics major or whatever. I don't know. And I was like, I'm gonna buy it. Like got up to $1 billion when I was living in Sacramento, and he's like, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. And he's like, are you gonna get one? Or what's up? Let's do a pool or whatever, or something stupid. And he was like, no, I'm never fucking playing that. And I was like, his explanation was, he's all right, think of a domino 1 inch apart from Sacramento to Los Angeles. Just 1 inch apart. He's all, one of those people win. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. He's all, that's like the literal odds is a domino stacked 1 inch apart from Sacramento to Los Angeles.
But
One of those dominoes wins.
But I'm also Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber, where I'm like, so you're saying there's
yeah. I mean, and then you can't win if you don't play a thing, and then there's that whole argument too. And it's like, I mean, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. We're not gonna win, but you could, and you could prove me wrong. But it's not.
It's more of just getting jacked. That's it. Just you're gonna have a quick little.
But at the same
fantasy.
time, though, when it's $1 billion, This can change your life. That $20 that Joel's putting down on that billion, that
Exactly.
$20 can change his life. It's
No,
yeah,
exactly.
you know, I'll fuck around. It's just fun.
Yeah. Fuck
And
it.
if you
Let's
do
just do it. We don't gamble in California. We can't. So whatever. This is my gambling.
Well, the thing is, like, you know, if you're not spending your, like, if you don't have like a monthly budget for lottery tickets, you know, if you're just like
Yeah.
randomly once in a while, that makes it fun too. 'Cause it's like crazy, dude. We had so like growing up, my parents were super like anti-lottery, and they're like, "Fuck, that's a bunch of bullshit." And then like my relatives in Colorado were like kind of down. They were like, "Oh, like my aunt would buy tickets all the time and shit." They bought us tickets for Christmas. My parents were so against it that they just like left them there in Colorado. Like, fuck this. Like, and
What if they won?
They won $100,000, dude. I swear to God.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like a teenager, and then but they like I don't even know what they bought, like a boat or some dumb shit. But it was just one of those things. It was like they literally
Whoa,
$100,000 off this
100,000, dude. That's a nice fucking come up.
or it was like a lot. I think it was that around there. Of course,
That's
I
funny because I bet they felt.
attitude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because there was a time in Vegas where I was playing next to a guy. I just was playing machine for a little while, and I was like with my stepsister, and I'm like, all right, we'll move to the next machine. And we were playing, and the guy sits on the machine I was on and hits $150,000 jackpot, right? And I felt like just being there. I was like, dude, that's mine, dude. I don't know. That's like my initial feeling though. That's like the initial like human feeling. I was like, dude, like I need like $3,000 or something. Like, you know, like I need like something.
It's like breaking a nut loose. Like you trying so hard, and then somebody else breaks it loose, and you're just like, "Well, I got it started for you," you know. Like,
like a jar.
You're like, I warmed that thing up for you, dude. So it'd be ready to give you that jackpot. I think
that's totally fair.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, and the guy didn't. He stood up when all the bells were going, and he goes like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, you just won $157,000," and he's all, "I can't believe it myself." Just not even stoked.
Well, I think I kind of would be in shock.
He's probably got
he would
pay off from other
he seemed no, he seems like a compulsive gambler. They're just like, "Yep." Well, my wife might stay with me.
Yeah, maybe I can unmortgage the house now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, terribly! If I won $100,000 on a slot machine, I like tear my ACL just doing high kicks, shit, freaking out. Smash my head against the machine. Go to the hospital. Be like, I can afford it.
And I can believe that would be a situation that I would come across you in, dude, because like you're always popping up at random shows and shit, like just being an animated character like you are, dude. High kicks at a jackpot, totally an Andre thing, dude.
But I mean, it would be that high of a kick where it's like I just got too ambitious.
Well, now we're in our I don't know how old you are, but I'm coming up on 40, dude, and the high kick is definitely not as high as it used to be.
I can still kick pretty high, but it's like I'm 41, and it takes maintenance.
Yeah, you gotta stretch.
Yeah. Yeah, I have my friend who's fucking with me. He's one of my best friends in the world. He's always kicking it with me, and his favorite thing to do is annoy me. It's seriously like it's a big part of our bond is that he's just constantly like, Trey, just fucking with me. Like, and it gets to the point where I just have to like snap. And I was like, I'm gonna kick you in the fucking head. And he's like 6 something, and he's like, yeah, right, you can't fucking. I just threw a snap like 1 inch from his face. He's like, duly noted. All right. Yeah. Like, I will kick you in the fucking head.
That's funny, dude. All right, so let's talk about music or art or anything as early as you can go back, dude. Let's talk about
when you started getting creative. I mean, well, as far as like creativity, like, you know, I've always loved music. My first musical memory is like recognizing like what like a song. I was fucking like 3, and my parents were partying super hard, and I was like, I crawled out of my crib in the room, and I had all my fucking guys. I had like my Thundercats, my He-Mans and shit, and like still in diapers at this point. And I fucking remember like just shitting and going like, God damn it, I'm not gonna stand here all fucking night in this. And I know if I go out there, I'm gonna be in deep shit, not just literally. but like with the folks. But I was like, fuck it. So I opened the door. It's probably the small hours because they're up partying, doing God knows what they're doing. It's the '80s, so probably all the good shit. And they're freaking out. And I remember going out there and like just hearing the record they were listening to. I was like, this is the Big Chill soundtrack. And it's like kind of cool. I have like all these like very vivid memories of when I was little. So
Yeah.
I've always been really into music. My parents had a fucking sick record collection. Those old school record collections, like some people's parents had, where it's like a fucking wall and a half or 2 walls full of records. So I
Wow.
remember just constantly going through those, checking out what's up, just looking at the covers, like like looking at a Molly Hatchet cover and being like, this is probably going to be really fucking sick, and
Yeah.
just fall in love with that whole format. And then, tell you the truth, that formula of just like looking at record covers is what got me really into drawing. And I was very, very much into illustration and painting, and got a little bit into sculpture a little bit. And I was into that like up until young adulthood. Still do it. I'm actually kind of dabbling with it again now, more for
Nice.
fun as opposed to like being serious about it. But I'm happy that I'm like actually enjoying it now, because in the later years when I started developing technique, and it got frustrating where I focused way too much on details. I was too much of a perfectionist doing the geometry of like creating, this thing. It would stress me out, and it no longer was enjoyable. And
Yeah.
about that time, actually, I'd say like before that time in high school, about 16 is when I started jamming and playing music. And I originally tried to pick up the bass, and immediately went from like that because found some people to jam with, and they had a kit, and the kid that had a kit couldn't play drums, but he was a bassist, and so I just jumped on the kit and started enjoying that. And then we found another kid in the neighborhood that was actually good at drums, and then so it's like, yeah, we were all Iron Maiden. So first like kind of musical project that wasn't just jamming that we did was learning Iron Maiden covers. So I was like trying to, and I was in choir from like 7th grade to freshman, sophomore year. So I had like a basic technique on how to like, do vocals and shit. And that was fun, but we're fucking a bunch of kids. We're not Iron Maiden. And then eventually we had another kid come and jam with us. And because we had this guitar player that was just hella flaky and would never like show up and wasn't very good anyway. And we had one of my friend's brothers was actually pretty studious and good at guitar, and he was like more into like Sepultura and shit like that, like Testament. And so he just asked, he's like, "You ever tried to sing heavy?" And I was like, "Not really. Kind of think it's just
Mhm.
mainly screaming." I'm probably like 15, going on 16 at that time. And I'm like, well, give it a shot. And he starts like kind of doing like some rootsy style, like not quite new metal because it wasn't a thing yet, but like kind of groove oriented metal, like
Mhm.
and started just belting it, just doing the initial screaming, and like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, but we were recording it and it didn't sound bad. And, like the high school friends, when we were showing each other our friends the tapes, they're like, "I think you should probably do that." And I was like, "All right, I
Nice.
guess." It's kind of trying to sound like Bruce Dickinson, but whatever. Yeah,
So, all right,
yeah. That was
I
that was
want
the, that was the beginning, and I just fucking never let it go. Kept running with it,
that's
and the
rad,
rest is
dude.
history.
So, I want to rewind just a little bit because we also like to know you're discovering metal. Was it the homies that passed it on?
That's a great story. Uh, so I was fortunate enough to have a punk rock older sister and a metalhead older half brother that was living with us at the time. I'd always listen to their tapes. I wasn't allowed to, but they'd be out partying with their friends, and my little ass was like, at home, like playing Nintendo or reading comic books or drawing or whatnot. A lot of drawing. I'd go fucking grab their tape covers, and like I tried to like copy them. And but she didn't mind so much. She was like cool with it. If anything, she kind of liked that, I was like getting into like the punk stuff and everything. My half brother Julian, though, fucking dick.
Did we lose him again?
Oh, sorry. Hey, Andre,
yeah.
can we?
I
Sorry.
don't. It's weird because I don't know if it's my connection or if it's theirs. So
Yeah.
I'm hearing a bunch of echo right now, though. Even with me, maybe
Am
it's
I here?
just me.
Let me just adjust the settings. Go ahead and talk for a second, Andre.
Cool. What's up?
Hello.
Yo, can you hear me?
That sounds better, I think.
Hear me?
Doesn't it?
Hello.
Still
I'm
echo,
just
but who
getting
cares?
echo.
No big deal.
But I'm hearing it from you too. So is it just
Yeah.
me?
Oh, really? Oh, weird.
Yeah, I'm hearing echo from all you guys.
Oh, crazy. Let's see. Let's figure this out. Okay.
Underground live
And
podcast.
that's what happened.
How about now?
Same.
Someone's got.
Hey,
Does someone have
live
their like,
podcast, man. That's what you do.
Yeah, dude. This is
That sounds
this is
better
how it's
now.
been since the beginning.
That
Wait,
sounds
yeah,
better
now
now.
it's gone. It's gone now.
I think we're good.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
You
Yes,
good?
Andre. Continue,
All right.
sir.
Sorry
Yes, sir.
Cool.
for
Yeah, so I'll
everybody
rewind a
who,
little bit.
You're good, bro.
So,
You're good, dude.
did we get as far as me drawing the album covers and shit before
Yeah,
everything
we
cut out?
talked. Well, yeah, no, that was all there. You were talking
Okay.
about
So,
your story
yeah,
about
so what
discovering
happened?
metal.
Yeah, so what happened was like I'd go and sneak into my siblings' rooms and draw their punk and metal album covers. And one day, I was terrified of Julian coming in because he'd always fuck me up. But the metal album covers were so fucking cool. And
Yeah.
one day I come in, and this is probably like 1990 or something like that, or 91. I can't remember exactly. I was little. Like he had Morbid Angel Altars of Madness on tape. I was like, this fucking album cover is so tight. And I'm sitting there. I'm in his room drawing it, and I tried because he was upstairs. And so I'd hear him come home, and I'd be able to run out to my room and put the tape back. I never wanted to take it out of the room. So at one point, I don't hear him come in because I'm like so into drawing this album cover, and he comes into the room. I'm like, fuck, bracing myself for an ass beating. And I was like, I'm sorry, I was just drawing it. He's like, I don't even like that shit, dude. You can have it. I was like, what?
Whoa.
So my first ever tape was Morbid Angel Altars of Madness.
Rad,
And
dude.
which is very
That's
funny
a
because
detailed album cover to try and recreate.
oh yeah, dude,
too.
I was fucking I was swinging for the fences when I was a kid. I was drawing like alien xenomorphs and shit, and just trying to fucking do everything. I don't know how well I did. I don't have the copies, but I was definitely that's what I was trying to
during
do.
the time? Was that
And-
during the time that you were being hard on yourself about perfection? Like,
no,
how many-
I was like it was like 1990.
So
I
you
was
already
like
got
7.
through that. Oh, okay. But no, that's what I'm saying. You talked about.
No, yeah, that
earlier-
wasn't until way later when I actually started like doing art seriously. But then once I started doing it seriously, I realized it doesn't bring me as much joy as it did when I just did it for fun.
Yeah.
So I'm like a
yeah.
little kid, and I get Morbid Angel. Like seriously, this is my first record ever, and it's like 1990 or 91 or whatever. And I have Morbid Angel Altars of Madness on tape, and I never really got to death metal until way later. But I was like, but this is my tape, so I like Morbid Angel.
Yeah.
So I would just sit there and listen to that, and then of course I got into like, other heavy music. I got like into Motley Crue and fucking and countless other shit. Like things that weren't metal. And
So
but my
actually,
first ever
let's-
tape was
again,
Morbid
real
Angel
quick,
Altars of
before you
Madness.
keep going, let me cut you off again because I just want to know, since Altars was your first introduction to extreme metal, how long
This is metal in general.
do you? Yeah, that's crazy, dude. So if that's your introduction, how long do you think that it took you to really like understand it? You could play it.
It wasn't until like understanding
not-
like death metal and what it is. Like
No, understanding Altars, because that is such a foreign thing to just be thrown into the mix, and then I just would not get it right away. You know what I'm saying? Like it would take a few listens at least for it to start registering, because you have to like acclimate yourself to it. I
kind of
Maybe I'm
forced
just too
myself to like
stoned
it
right
as
now.
a kid because it was mine. So because it was mine, I kind of forced myself to like it, even though I truly didn't understand it. The one thing that like it opened a door for me to was in some literature, because like reading the lyrics and shit, and then like I remember taking it to school and showing it to my English teacher and going like what the fuck, like what is this stuff? And it's like, I'm pretty sure this is from like a writer called Lovecraft. And then I tried to check it out at that age. No fucking, that's like a high level literacy. And so later on, like probably about like maybe 6th, 7th grade is when I started reading Lovecraft and then started appreciating that. And about 6th, 7th grade is when I started really getting into like more extreme music. I started seeing like local shows. I was addicted to going to shows as a kid. I remember just like going to Cactus. They'd have all ages shows and local bands would be playing. And I remember seeing like bands like Demion and fucking, fuckloads of bands like, back then. And then like fast forward to like right before high school, seeing all like Rob's bands and Jeff Huell's bands and stuff and Ragweed and like it's like Cypheria, Osmium. And I was fucking all in. Like I saw Exhumed like for the first time when I was like 13 at a steakhouse in Campbell. It's called Jersey's. It was Exhumed. Ragweed, this band Ringworm, the Fern, the bassist from Deathgrave was there back in the day, and another band called Gory Melanoma, and they were like a sick gore grind band from back in the day. I was just like, I was all in. And once you see it live, for me, that's what it was. The first time I saw Exhumed is when I was like, okay, this death metal shit is fucking tight. Like I'm kind of really into this. Like this kicks way more ass than some of the other concerts I've seen. I've been going to concerts since I was a kid. My mom used to take me to a lot of shows.
I love Exhumed.
Hearing the name Ragweed just brings me so much joy because that's some serious OG Bay Area shit that if you know type shit. Ragweed is definitely a name that was Bay Area. And there's so many bands that you're probably gonna remind me of. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like you mentioned.
Dude, you know Ragweed just released a record?
No, dude. I see that. That's
dude, they fucking have this old recording that they never released. That they put on fucking wax. They put all their money together. They got art for it. A double LP. We'll talk. They got copies. There's fucking a Ragweed record out right now that no one's ever heard.
Wow,
damn,
dude,
pretty cool, right?
Get off your ass and check out Ragweed if you want to know about the fucking local Bay Area fucking madness.
They were fucking brutal, dude.
They were, dude. No, dude. Murray was the one who turned me on. Shout out Murray Fitzpatrick. He was like, "You got to know about Ragweed, dude." I was like, "All right, dude. Don't put me in an armbar, dude. Just fucking let me find it, dude."
It's funny thinking about like
Murray,
the old
you know about these Cortez and Murray?
Oh, damn.
Dude, Murray was
keep
Cortez
clean.
for life. How I am with flip flops, that's Murray with Cortez, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
sure, dude.
There's
he's
like,
it's like every time I see him, it's like very happy you keep those clean, bro. Like, me too.
No, it's funny thinking of like just the pound scene and all because Andre, you were huge in that, and we talk about the pound so much on here, and it's because it's for a reason. But like I think of like different people or like family members. Like Murray's kind of like. He's kind of like my stepdad, maybe dad.
He's my older brother, dude.
Older brother. Okay, who's my Mike Hamilton wasn't part of. Was Mike Hamilton part of it? I don't think Mike Hamilton.
No, I think Mike Hamilton was an LA dude.
Hey, no,
but yeah. He lived in Santa Cruz.
Kyle, come on, that's to the deceased.
Yeah,
dude. Come on.
Yeah, Central Deceased. That's right. He did do Vile.
We can call that Bay Area. It's outskirts, but
yes, absolutely.
Well, I'm from Southern California. I'm not a fucking
I'm not a fucking.
Sorry, you guys are. We're talking Bay Area,
but just like as far as
I lived in the Bay for like 11 years, but
yeah,
that's
in the Bay.
Yeah, it's a chunk of my life. It's a piece.
What up?
But there's like different family members. Like I like Andre's like a cousin. Like it felt like I had like a family there though. It was like people that when I would go there every time, it would just be like. I mean, I went to that one Cannibal Corpse show, Anthony, that me and you went to last year or a year and 2 years ago. We went there and like it was right after the pandemic ended, and I literally ran into like 100 and something people.
I was like, dude,
yeah,
I knew we were gonna get.
Yeah,
everybody who's a listener that likes the pound stories, we're gonna definitely have some of those. We're not even an hour in, dude, and we haven't even touched the pound.
I know.
The pound is the sanctuary, dude. The pound was like it was
that's our CBGBs.
It was an adolescent fucking like daycare or night care. It wasn't daycare, it was night care for us, dude.
People
Where
get
we would go
killed.
and-
There's never
like-
been anything like it since. It like
Right?
catered primarily to fucking heavy music. Like if you look
Uh-huh.
at the posters and like the listings of the pound, like there's like I've seen like shit like someone posted like like every show that's like been at the pound. I saw this years ago. Someone sent me a link to it, and it was like 90% of it was all heavy music in some form or another, whether it was punk or metal or like some industrial shit. Very rare that they had like DJ night or whatever. It was very much a heavy music mecca.
Yeah,
And I remember everyone's first time going to the pound, like trying to find it. Are you sure it's over here?
MapQuest. You had a MapQuest. I mean, if MapQuest. That was like you had to like figure out like you turn here. You turn here, like what the fuck, like, and going down. I actually, it's funny. I just remembered the first time I ever was like had my buddy Adam, and we were like, all right, you turn. I guess you go left here, and I was like, it's like a bunch of post office shit. Like, I think it's a wrong turn. Like, I was like completely doubting the directions, going like, all right, we got led astray. This is not where the pound is. And then you just see the car, you see the metalheads, and you see like people walking out, and you're like, all right. Fucking we found it. It's like and then when you leave there, the funniest part for people like Santa Cruz people go in there and be like, all right, dude, let's leave. All right, well, I feel like making a left at there. When you get, this is gonna be the easiest. And then it's Hunter's Point, and it's like it's like one of the gnarliest fucking neighborhoods in the United States.
The Taco Bell? You remember the Taco Bell? Like the security guard, and it was all like gnarly.
It's security guard with an AR. Dude,
really?
Yeah, there was a security guard with an AR one time. I swear to God, and I was like, "Holy shit!" He was just sitting there, just like this, just holding it down. Like, what's up, guys?
There are documentaries about Hunter's Point. It's crazy.
Yeah, straight out of Hunter's Point.
It was it was right next to UPS or FedEx or something. They parked their trucks there, and I think that kind of kept it chill because they probably had cameras all over the place.
No, it was post office. That's why it was like a federal
USPS
thing going there.
Something.
Yeah, that's a big reason why it shut down. Actually, it's because it was against zoning laws. It was so close to a post office, and it's like you can't have shit like that around there. It was only a matter of time.
I've never got an exact reason why. I know that I talked to Sip or whatever his name was,
Sip,
and he wouldn't give me the exact reason, but I remember the rumor
I can tell you,
was
I have some inside information.
All right, go for it.
That this is all speculative because I don't want to get in trouble, but because I don't know for sure. But let's just say the possibilities of these things. Part of it's zoning because it's so close to a postal annex. There's a lot of fire code stuff, and then there was also possibly some insurance claims, people that got hurt there, and they didn't have proper insurance. And then when the fire department finally showed up there, because they'd usually handle that internally, but finally when someone else called and they didn't notice it, and the reasoning being that's when things came into question, and fire department showed up and just checked the place out, was like, yep,
we're getting
down anymore.
Get rid of this.
Oh shit. Damn. I get it.
Well, I always heard it was the outdoor stage. The rumors I always heard was the outdoor stage.
It was the outdoor stage.
They didn't have correct permitting or something. Is what that's like the. But then I asked Sip about it, and Sip was like, "I don't want to talk about it." I was like, "All right."
Well, something happened with the outdoor thing, and I think that they were trying to expand that shit when they should have just kept it intimate.
Interesting. Damn.
Yeah, it was permitting. But, it's just like,
hey, it's all alleged. We're all being.
I didn't know. I was waiting to find
speculating.
out. This whole time,
dude. I had some fucking sad fucking shit happen there, dude. There was remember that 2-day Morbid Angel show that happened and sold out both days. And I'm sure you guys remember what's up?
The Morbid Angel Deicide?
It was Morbid Angel, Chrissy Inn, and
I went to one of those.
Yeah, it was 2 days sold out. And my ex-wife Rachel, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but she went there, and I remember she was getting ready for the show, and she put on these slip-on Mary Janes. That is not proper attire for the show like this. It's a sold-out Morbid Angel show, and of course, during Behemoth's pit, she loses her shoe. So I go in there in the pit. I was like, we should probably wait. She's like, I'm not gonna walk around here barefoot. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go try and help find it. And then next thing you know, we get separated, and then I'm looking for her. I can't find her. And someone comes up to me. She's like, she's outside, like fucking knocked out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go out there, and I'm like, oh my god, like like freaking out. I start bawling, and then the security, who they know me, and they know Rachel, and this is like fucked up. And I hope if you guys are watching, you feel fucking bad, because like what happened was they put me against the fucking wall. They're like, "Yep, you fucked her up, didn't you?" I'm like, "Excuse me?" Like, "Yep, you punched her." I'm like, "No, no, no. What the fuck are you guys doing?" They're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then they call the ambulance. They take her away. I was like, "Tell me where they're taking her." I was like, "I don't know what the fuck you guys are trying to pull." It was all because of insurance purposes, because they got hurt at the club and they're liable. So it's their word against mine. So they had to come up with some fucking narrative. And I'm like, just like, this is so fucked. And I'm just outside bawling. And then someone comes out and just fucking some good Samaritans like, "Hey, dude, I saw everything that just happened to you. And I the closest hospital, I know where it is, but it's where they're going to take her." And they took me there, and which is the nicest thing ever. And right before like this dude came out, like one of them comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, dude, like you could watch more of Angel if you want." I fucking spat on him. I was like, "Get the fuck away from me, motherfucker!" Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, and it's so fucked up because these staff members, they were supposed to be homies, but because they were trying to protect this place, which I understand, this is part of the reason why that shit fucking went down the way it did.
Yeah,
This is
I
a true
can see
story.
that.
So like, I'm not fucking blowing smoke up anyone's fucking ass. Like
No,
that shit is fucking
gnarly.
real. It's fucked up.
I think that there was like a changeover in security too towards the end, where you didn't feel as welcome going into
The
pound.
aggressiveness was gnarly from them. From some of
Yeah.
the weren't they like? I mean, I always was told that they were
Yeah.
like kind of
I know what he's gonna say.
Hell's Angels dudes. Like some
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
What'd you think?
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
I
say,
don't know if
Izzy?
they were Hell's Angels Jews, but they were definitely like card carriers. If you know what that means, like fucking
Yeah.
they're affiliated. And the fucked up thing is that some of these people on staff that were there that were like part of the situation, these are fucking people that fucking know me and knew what was up. It's like that didn't fucking happen.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like y'all are fucking dicks, dude. Like, and like, how am I gonna
That's a
fucking
fucked up move.
with my
Jesus.
scrawny little fist produce a like fractured skull on the top of her fucking head? Like, did I jump up in the air and like come down like with fucking like like some fucking Vega fucking
Bro,
move or some shit?
he's on Street Fighter. He's on some Street Fighter shit,
Yeah.
dude. So
He's on some Street Fighter shit right now, dude. He jumped off the
more like
car.
the-
He tipped him, and then he jumped off and went, "Oh!"
It's more like a
Fucking-
Zangief move or something.
Is that, who's
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
who's
But
the
regardless,
Indian dude that
just
has
aside
the
dig it.
from that
stretch
shit,
arm?
so many good memories.
God, dude.
yeah. That's
Can't tell you how
that's a
many-
sour. That's a sour
Yeah.
one though. That's a sour one to throw on the.
That sucks.
That
Yeah,
sucks
but
about-
you know what?
Yeah.
Luckily, she's good, and it's like that thing's in the past. But it's like that bad memory doesn't outweigh all the good memories.
No,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Let's
And
go
that's the thing,
around.
it wasn't the
Let's
club's
do
fault. It was
let's
just
go ar-
that situation sucked for me, but that was just a circumstance of wearing
Yeah.
the wrong shoes to the sold out Morbid Angel show. People out there, wear shoes that stay on your feet. If
They
you're
should
gonna
have
get
like an OSHA sign. You must have like composite or like steel-toed shoes to get into this little show.
Yeah.
or just like at
Sounds
least at least so many laces.
Yeah.
But what about flip flops? No, I don't
No,
go.
Anthony-
I've
Hey,
never
you know what?
worn.
Anthony
I've never
needs to
worn
stop.
flip flops as a spectator.
On
I've-
stage is different
on
because you're
stage, yeah.
the back, you're the band, and you're like in your little,
I don't
your
have anybody to step
little
on it
chariot
except
in
for
the
you
back. And you
guys.
come out, and go on stage. You're fine.
It was funny. I still remember. Actually, I was just talking. I just told Osa the story yesterday. With just like how the pound, like they were like these like aggressive like dudes, like hurry the fuck up, get your shit up out. They're like yelling at us and stuff. And I think it might have been that show where we played with Necrophagist, and they're like, get the fuck up there, like screaming at us and stuff. We're like, all right, we'll get it up there, and then get it up there, play. And they were like, that was fucking sick. And they just carried all my shit to the vehicle. They were like, fuck yeah, that was sick. And then like it's like earned like
Dude.
respect there,
Yeah,
Just like I was like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
You got
I was
passed
like,
by the. You
Dude.
got passed by the staff, dude.
Some of
Yeah.
my favorite shows I've ever played are at the Pound by far. Like when we got to open that crazy ass show with Necrophagist, the first tour they did around, and then dude, so many bands played Cattle, fucking Animosity.
Did you guys play that? I
That shit
almost
was
feel like you guys
sick.
That shit
Did
was
you
sick
guys-
as fuck,
did
dude.
did Cyniac, or I can't say the name right, Cyniac or Syndicate, Dead
Cyanic?
Syndicate play Cyanic. I can't say anything. I'm like Anthony with like
Yeah,
words.
there was a fun show that was Decrepit
No,
Birth,
now
Severed
you're just like
Savior,
Joel.
Carnivorous, and Dead Syndicate at the Pound.
That's
That one was really
right.
fun.
Syndicate,
Yeah, that was back in the day, dude. That was
man.
it wasn't Odious, it was Carnivorous. Yeah, Severed, Decrepit, and Dead Syndicate opened.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
That was
Severed had a like a picture of a flyer that they put up, and that
Yeah,
exact
yeah.
I probably
show.
have that flyer somewhere, dude. That sounds right. I think I have that.
Yeah, I remember the dude that booked it, that fucking fool Benji. Like he helped us. Well, we pretty much booked it, but he just got us the in there, and he was fucking ridiculous. He was like trying to take like a fat cut of money, and we're just like, why? Like, what'd you do? You didn't do anything. You made a sketchy ass flyer with like chicks on it that we fucking completely like X-stayed. We're like, we're not using that fucking shitty, like janky, cringy ass flyer. He's like, well, I got you into the pound. I was like, here's $20 for gas, dude. Like, we fucking promoted this shit. Like,
Yeah,
like like the bands fucking brought the draw. Like, you didn't do shit, man.
that was a good
He's like,
show.
okay.
It
He just
was
gave
a
up.
double
It was the whole
duty.
time.
Yep, the double duties, dude.
Oh, dude, that was the
Casey and
show where I
Troy.
fucking. Well, there was a show where it was Carnivorous and it was before you were in Severed, but I remember like getting in that line at the Pound and hearing you guys doing a Dying Fetus cover and going like,
Yeah,
fuck, dude, and like I'm like that's got to be their last song, and like I literally like as I got in finally, it's all dun, thank you very much for having a night. I was like, I heard like one chord, it was all bam. All right, guys, see you later. I was like,
yeah,
God
dude.
damn,
That was one
like
of the
that was.
few-
Yeah, Troy was on double duty that night. Yeah, because
That was the
Troy
only
played. Troy
time-
played for Carnivorous,
That's
right?
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
at
the
that show.
only
Yeah,
time
because
that we
Troy
played.
was on double duty.
There was one
Yeah.
new song. There was one new Carnivorous song that never got recorded. Ivan wrote it, and Troy wrote it, and then I just had vocal patterns. I didn't even have lyrics, so I just did the gobbledygook
Fooled
fucking
everyone.
Cookie Monster shit over it. But dude, it was like the only time that Carnivorous got to play that song, which we were really like.
What was that
stoked.
song? Increments of Defecation or something?
Yeah, dude.
It wasn't that song, but that's
sense.
dude.
Yeah,
I
dude,
still
that was
crack
our
up.
That's
first
just hella
demo,
funny,
dude.
dude.
I think I fucking found the flyer. Holy shit! I cannot believe
What?
it.
That came out.
Yeah,
That-
dude.
Oh,
demo
share
was
that flyer.
03.
Share that flyer.
Hold on. I am.
That's
Damn,
awesome.
that was a hard drive, external hard drive search gone
Oh, dude.
right.
Casey, man,
I
fucking
could not believe I just found this that fast. I was like, wow, I'm impressed.
virtual detective, dude.
The IT's paying off, dude.
Fuck, I guess.
As I said, the IT's paying off. He's like, I can't share it, dude.
I know. He found it, but he can't throw it up.
Where
Dude.
do I upload it? No, just kidding. Figure it out, man. That's good.
No, but it really was a place that I felt, even though you just had that story, and yes, other things have happened, but over the amount of times that we went there,
Oh, that was
Oh.
the show. So Odious did play. Yeah, I remember playing that
Odious was
show.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this was the double
Okay,
duty.
sick. Dude, look at that sick ass fucking lineup.
Damn.
That's
I
hella
made that
tight, dude.
flyer. I think I did, dude.
I even remember.
did the flyer?
Yeah.
I did. I stole that picture online before I knew about fair rights and stuff.
I remember.
That's sick.
I was wearing my.
Yeah, because I remember we
Gore Toy shirt,
contacted
dude.
everyone. We're like, this flyer fucking sucks. Did anyone make a better one? Like,
I used to make a bunch
Dude.
of flyers back in the
It
day.
looks
yeah,
like,
this is what we wound up with.
What's that?
was
Midnight
sick.
Syndicate. Oh, actually, Dead Syndicate, Midnight Syndicate. You ever listen to that group? They make
Midnight.
Halloween music, and they do just like what you would hear in a Halloween,
What?
like a haunted house.
But what year was the show?
I would guess
Ooh,
2006,
I would say, like,
2007.
05 or 06.
2005, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right in there, yeah.
Dude,
Either
bros, we're talking about 20
I
years
think like
ago. almost.
05. I think 05
Yeah.
or 06.
hilarious.
My 07, I think. Let's see.
That is
Let me look at some of the
crazy.
shit on my walls.
I have a
Give me some
05
perspective.
I have an
April
04 and
28.
an 05 or an 05 and 06 demo with Odious. There's
You got
two
the
demos.
address on there.
I think that was 06 for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like
I
Yeah,
was
that
just
sounds
looking at
about
like
right.
some of the stuff on my walls from like different areas, and I'm like, that was about 2 years after for this one in 2008. So yeah, I think it was like 2006.
Professor, you
sound-
probably already. Sorry, I was just gonna ask Professor. The only Have you been to the Pound? I can't remember after
This is been to the Pound,
187
right?
episodes.
Yeah, I went once to see Dragon Force,
Shit.
I was there too. at that show.
early 2006.
Who's
With
That's
Blake
That was their
Hudson
first
material?
tour, or their first
Yeah.
U.S. tour. Yeah.
But I mean, I on the Severed Savior kick, I just bought off the sale that Troy licensed. The dude, I think probably Indonesian guy. I got the Servile long sleeve. I got the Brutality sweats, and I think he's gonna throw both flags. So next,
Yeah, those are
episode,
pretty
I
hard not to
wave-
purchase. Those are pretty hard.
Yeah.
I was like looking at that too, and I was like, because the Spawn of Possession one came up too, and I was like, fuck, like there's all these like old school albums that are like throwing on shirts now, and I'm like, god damn it, how do I not buy that? Like,
When Bristling, when he
Yeah.
posted Bristling wearing the long sleeve cabinet, I was like, yo, like that's it.
yeah,
But yeah,
Fuck.
shout out Troy and Severed, and Troy has like a wellness
Oh
business
yeah,
going. We
he's
should
got
be
like a
plugging.
wellness supplement company that he's starting to push. We should have had that lined up. Sorry, guys.
We'll get it
But-
ready for next week. But yeah, shout out Troy.
Yeah. IRS. All right. Let's go around the horn real quick and talk about our first shows at the Pound, dude. Andre, what was your first ever show?
My
You
first show
remember?
at the Pound was
Yeah.
Nevermore.
Oh, okay.
Nevermore, and I'm trying to remember who was main support because I missed the first band because, like I said, trying to find the Pound the first time you go there, it's kind of you know you're someone in the area, but it doesn't seem like you're in the area. And then right before you get into that no man's land, which is Hunter's Point, I remember asking someone for directions, like, "Do you know where Cargo Street is?" They're like, "No." It's like, people that live there don't know where the fuck they're going. There's no fucking like locals. There's no transplants, and no one
Yeah.
should know where the fuck Cargo Street is once you get there. So as we're like, going down, that main street, like Silver,
Third
whatever.
Street? Oh,
getting- yeah, whatever that fucking street is where you turn off to Cargo.
that's third.
It's like, yeah, third, and then you get to the bridge and you think we must be going the wrong way. And then you get past that little metal bridge and you're like, well, there it is. Glad we
Yeah.
kept going. So we get there, the show's fully going on, and I want to say it was like, I almost want to say it was a Magica that was. I'm not positive. I know Nevermore was the reason why we were going. I won tickets off of a local San Jose college station, KSJS, and it's like, fuck it.
Nice.
Me and my buddy were like, let's roll. Let's go see Nevermore. Let's watch some fucking shredding. And I had a fucking blast. I was like, this place is fucking great. It
Totally.
sounded good. It was intimate, super fun. I could drink 40s in the parking lot.
Yep.
And what more you could ask for at that time?
Exactly.
which I mean,
dude.
at that time you could, because actually it's funny that Joseph brings up Dragon Force because we showed up, like a big crew of us showed up, with Corlita sausages. We were like ready to barbecue at Dead Hooker Park. And like we're ready to get down, like start drinking. We pull up there and start drinking, and then we like crack beers as we pull up. We're the first car in the parking lot, and we're like, "Fuck yeah!" Because we made a trip there and stuff. It's making a big deal about it, making a barbecue out of it and stuff. And right away, we get the security on us. They're like, they run up to us and they're like, "What the fuck? You can't just fucking just pull up here and start fucking drinking. What the fuck's going on?" And I was like, "Well," we were like, "Whoa," because we always knew that vibe from the Pound, so we were like,
right.
"Oh shit, this is like changed now." And then they ID'd all of us. I was 21, Carrie was 20. Everyone else was like 22, 23, 24. And they Carrie's like, "I don't have my ID on him." And he basically took this humongous black marker, just X'd him. Like, "You're not
Yeah.
coming in, dude. You're not coming in tonight."
Oh, not
like-
the X wasn't even
Yeah.
just for the drinks. It was not to come
No.
in.
It's like you're fucked from the show. And
Good
so what we
style.
did is we had our buddy Lewis at the time, and we went into the while we're barbecuing. He's kind of a more ghetto-y guy, like sideways hat, like fucking baggier shit. We had them change clothes, and we had Lewis, like wear like act all like Carrie, like all like straight up and proper, and so yeah, how's it going? Blah blah. And we had Carrie just like with like sunglasses on, like act all like while we went in, and we just scrubbed because that fucking black ink would not come off. We were sitting there for like an hour and a half trying to get it off his hands, and we finally did. And we walked through, and the moment with the guy that like X'd his hands is the guy at the very front door, like the guy as you walk in, and I'm like, dude, turn your head to the side, like act like this, dude, act like Lewis. Oh, you gotta like you have something to act like Lewis. You guys are switching roles right now, and he did it, and we got in. But I remember just like that was like our whole thing. It was like we pulled up there and we're like, we can start drinking now. We got here and we just cracked beers as we got out of the car, like so psyched. And they were just like, fuck off. I was like, and they came, there was like the kind of the Hells Angels kind of like beat like tough dude, like, what the fuck do you think you're doing in my fucking parking lot? And I was like, whoa, like this backfired hard. What year was that, Joseph? Was that 2009 or 2008 or 2000? No, that had fucking, I was 21, 22, so that had to have been like 2005 or 6, right? Something
No,
like that?
I think they stopped in 2008.
Okay.
So maybe
I just
it
remember
was in
like
there.
What do you know what show this was? I could look it up because I just looked up the
it was
Dragon
the Dragon
Force.
Force one, the one you're talking about.
Oh,
the
that
Dragon
was
Force one.
yeah. Okay, so the Dragon Force. I thought it was 2005, but I recently looked this up because I went with friends and we were trying to figure it out. It was in January 2006.
Okay.
So I was a sophomore in high school.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good
So
times.
I can't do the math right now, but yeah, that was a eye-opening kind of thing where it's like, all right, the pound's a little different now. Well, go ahead and not do this. Like excited, like show up early, be the first car, and start drinking, like in the parking lot. They're just like, what the fuck? They like fucking came after us so hard. And I was like, whoa, all right. So here's a change of
Very unexpected for the
management.
pound, when you've been going there.
Totally, I know it blew our minds. So
Yeah, it's like you go there since the inception. It's like I party here. What happened? So
yeah,
fucking
yeah. It might be kind of along the lines of like it was the change of like what you had to deal with. It's kind of like this weird extreme change that was like all of a sudden like, all right, they're being strict on like crazy like stuff that they were never strict on, and it's basically kind of like the evolution of the downfall of the pound. Kind of was like, what the fuck are you doing? What's going on? It's like, whoa, this is the
All right.
pound.
All right. I know
You got
we've
yours?
done enough. No, I'm just saying we've been very negative. I wanted to have like positive pound conversation.
Pound fucking sucks, dude. I'm just kidding.
You guys are doing that right now. I'm just stoked to find out that my first show was, let's see here, it was November 30th or December 1st, and it was Morbid Angel, Deicide. Whatever night Morbid Angel, Deicide, Soylent Green, and Dragon Lord played.
What year was
fuck
that?
yeah, dude! I remember that show.
01.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I pulled up the lists, the full list of all the pound shows, and not one has caught my eye. That was the first one.
I went with dudes that I would never ever go to a show with again after that, but they brought me to that place, and I was introduced to that place, and started bringing DK out, and you guys were coming out, seeing Andre there, like it became this like family thing that I was brought to by people that weren't even a part of it after that. They just like dropped me off at a fucking foster home, to get picked up by fucking the pound.
Death Metal Group home?
Yeah, dude. It is, dude. And no, I'm just really happy that we had that because we don't have it anymore. These kids, I don't know where the Bay Area shows are anymore because none of the tours come through here anymore. I mean, still do somewhat, but Sac or Santa Cruz is now the spot.
Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland.
Get a lot of
still.
shows in Oakland.
True.
I'm
It's
still looking.
what's the Cornerstone Brewery, right? Is that over there? That's Berkeley, though.
That's Berkeley.
Shit.
So
What's
Nevermore at the Pound.
Metro
Eli's-
and shit?
September
Metro
6th.
still there?
Eli's is a
2001.
dope spot in Oakland that gets good shows. The Stork is getting a lot of good shows. A couple like, what? San Jose is actually, there's been a few new spots like the DIY classic, like, like underground shit that's happened in the past. It's starting to pop up here in San Jose right now. Deathgrave did a festival up in Seattle, and then we followed our friends from Mexico down back to the area, and we normally play Oakland, but they really wanted to play San Jose, so we were able to set their shit up at this barber shop. And we're just
Wow.
like, dude, they're fucking like, they're cutting hair, and then they move all the shit out, and then they have a death metal show, and it was fucking sick, dude. The opening band, this really cool like new death metal band from San Jose, these young kids called Mortal. Wow, this is the most San Jose shit you'll ever fucking hear. While they're playing, there's this fucking dude in the back getting a fucking haircut. He's getting one of those Edgar cuts. Like this fool's getting a fucking Edgar to an underground fucking show in San Jose while death metal band's playing. That's as San Jose gets. So that shit's happening here. Oakland's got a couple 21 up spots. There is this new spot up there too, where it's like a house place called the Pussy Palace, and they have backyard shows. And I wound up playing a show there not too long ago, and they built a stage for us, and they made a fucking trap door for me to fucking pop out from. So that's very fucking special. That place is cool as fuck.
Hell yeah.
And so like Sacramento's got a couple spots that are tight. Santa Cruz, of course, has Catalyst, Blue Lagoon. I've heard there's a couple other spots too. There's been heavy music shows there.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been to them yet.
Well, Joseph, I don't know. I'm the old guy.
I mean, Sub Rosa, the Vets Hall have both been around for forever.
Yeah, Vets Hall. Yeah, I heard there's good shit there.
I wish the Felton Music Hall would put more shows on. That's like the best sound in Santa Cruz. That's like
it's fucking cool. I have a fucking in there, and I'm trying to put something together there.
Dude, that's that the sound there. Max from he was in like Son of Aurelius and Continuum, a bunch of other bands, but like Max is the sound guy there, and like, dude, I went there to go see a couple shows, and I was like, whoa, like he got to design the sound system, and it's fucking great, dude. I was completely blown away by it. I was like, this is the best sound in Santa Cruz, but there's not. I'm gonna go see Rash there, which is a Rush cover band. It's not that exciting, but I'm excited about it. It's about a month. Dude. It's about a month. Oh no, I saw them in Sacramento, and they look and sound just like Rush, and they play like 6 songs.
Sounds fucking rap.
Like, all right, well,
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I was like,
the only way
I've been harassing them to come to Santa Cruz, like when I was like, dude, come to, because seeing them in Sacramento and stuff. But anyways, I went back to the Pound list and I found my first one, and it's Decapitated, 2002, at the Pound, August 16th, 2002. That was my first time.
Oh, your first? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I was like high school, just graduated high school, like 2 months before that, and I was like, and I remember they had that like kind of newer album, Hallucinosis or whatever.
Organic.
Oh yeah, and that hadn't come out yet, but it was available for sale there, so we all bought copies and stuff. And I remember like just they had the different singer because of that car accident and stuff.
That was your first show at the Pound? That sounds
pretty
later
sure.
than
2002. That's 22 years ago.
That album came out in 2006, and
okay, so that's not it then.
You might have seen Decapitated. Just
Nihility
earlier.
was the one.
That was the Nihility era. Yeah,
it might have been later than 2002. Then
they only had Winds of Creation and that album at the merch table. Oh, and what's that demo comp? Something of the Damned or some shit.
Oh yeah,
Valley of the Damned.
No, that's Dragon Force, isn't it?
Dragon Force.
I know. Jesus, we gotta stop talking about Dragon Force.
Have you heard of Andre? Have you heard of Spire the Church? It's a venue in Oakland.
No.
I'm playing there on August 9th with my band Illudium. I just looked it up.
Shit,
I was like,
what's it called? Spire the Church?
Spire the Church. Yeah.
It's kind of a rad name for a venue.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because there's that spot, First Church of the Buzzard, which is my favorite place to play in Oakland.
That's
it's
a rad name.
Sick warehouse and great sound. Spire the Church. Before we log off, I want to get information because I want to come check that out.
Cool. It's it's off San Pablo. I'm looking at. It's like I don't know these neighborhoods.
West Oakland.
West Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
Looks pretty sick.
It's called Spire the Church.
Yeah, Spire.
There's a spot called First Church of the Buzzard in West Oakland, which is fucking super sick.
That's pretty cool. There's new venues just like popping off like randomly. Like
yeah, this one looks like a church, like a literal redone style venue. So
tight.
I wonder if there's like a discount. Like
post-pandemic live entertainment was, wanted way more. I think there was even people that didn't even like going to concerts that wanted to go see something live after they could go out after that, you know? And actually that's a perfect segue because I wanted to get into post-pandemic and how Deathgrave was actually an amazing experience as my second show back from the pandemic. I went and saw Bungle, and then I went and saw Phobia and Deathgrave. And actually, shout out to Robbie Bancroft.
Was that
Pacifica native?
That was right before the pandemic.
Was it
I
before?
think that was right before. That was right before the pandemic. Right? It was Pacifica. Wasn't that right before?
I think
that
was
was like
after.
2020.
It
That was
was
2020.
post. No,
That was
I think
post.
we were coming out of it. We were coming.
No,
out of
I looked it up the
pandemic.
other day. I looked up a video to show the guys the other day of because I was like filming your guys' set, and like I sent it to the group, and it was January 2020 at
Wow.
Winters.
Shut the fuck
Okay.
up, dude. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
maybe,
February 2020 at Winters.
but maybe we
But that
were
was
getting
like-
in our last live shows. But
No,
I
that's what sucked about that. Was like that was an awesome show, had a great time, and then like that was the last show I saw I saw like some friends play at a bar, but like that was like the last like metal show I saw before the pandemic hit. And it was like
All right, so we just smoke a lot. I smoke a lot of weed, dude. I thought maybe that how time got morphed. My mind kind of doesn't want to like add the pandemic to the equation.
yeah.
Somehow
it's like
I
a blank
Butts up
spot.
right against it, dude. But either
Yeah.
way, dude, that show at Winter's Tavern, I don't know if we said that pre-pod or post-pod, whatever. That was a way. You have your expectations, and then you realize that your expectations have been exceeded, dude. You're in this small, intimate Pacifica bar that has decent sound for metal, and you see Andres playing, and you're like, "What the fuck, dude?" Because I
so
was,
stoked.
you know, but pre-pandemic we weren't doing this show or anything, so I was kind of out of the loop on metal. And to be honest, I didn't know about Deathgrave and what you were doing with them. And then you're there, and I'm like, "Holy shit, dude! You get that pound fucking."
Yeah, I know. A parking lot.
Exhilaration.
That's when I saw Andre again. Was in the parking lot. I'm
dude.
like, what the fuck? He's like, we're playing. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! This
It's
is like
just
an
like a
old
beam.
school.
It's like a beam of energy that happens between people when you're just like, dude, you're supposed to. I'm at a metal show, and you were always at a metal show, and boom, we're here again. Bam, dude, we're just fucking locked in for the rest of the night. And then you're
Dude, my
playing.
fucking bandmates, as soon as I saw you guys, I was like, okay, just so you know, my fucking boys are here. And don't expect much of me tonight as far as like, you know, doing a lot of merch, because I normally do all the merch and shit. I was like,
yeah.
me and the boys are gonna fucking get on a sick one. Like, I haven't fucking seen these men in so long, and we go way fucking back. And of
Yeah.
course, Fern, you know, being as cool as she is, she's like, absolutely, dude. Like, yeah, like, fully, like, you know, you don't need to do it every fucking time. I was like, yeah, but because I was like, I promise I won't get too drunk.
We did drink a
Yeah,
lot of
We
whiskey.
got pretty sick, dude.
Real quick,
We
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a lot of whiskey that night.
this isn't
dude.
the same place as the Octopus Lounge, right?
No.
No,
Yeah.
no. It's
I don't
across
know.
the
It's
freeway.
down the street.
I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I've been to this place.
It's where
It's not far.
Server kicked off the survival.
But yeah, no, we drank a
insurrection stuff.
fuckload of whiskey.
I was there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
did,
And
dude.
yeah, we got on a sick one. I was like, we're doing it.
and
Yeah,
actually,
it wasn't
I know we put it up as
definitely
a story,
not the cleanest set I did, but
but dude,
very fun. I was very excited to play.
Dude, you blew my
not only
mind.
at that show, but just
me and Joel had a
Pretty off.
conversation about you after that, dude. Like, I was blown away the
Yeah.
theatrics that
I
and
didn't expect the theatrics, and then I saw it, and I was like, "You pull that off, fucking sick!" Like,
yeah, I was,
and then on top of the theatrics, you decided to like go in the pit too, and then like you're like the perfect like riling up the crowd frontman, and I was like, I don't remember Andre doing all the fucking like choking himself with the cord, choking other people, and like doing all these crazy moves. I
At
was
one point-
completely blown away.
At one point, he popped out his eye and ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Dude,
just thought he
that
was he was the quintessential zombie frontman that night, dude.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
I literally thought he just climbed out of. You were talking about trap doors and shit earlier, like you coming out of a grave and then starting your set. Sounds
No, I love that he was playing out the lyrics of the song pretty much. He was like, but like, and also like it was just a lot. Oh, Casey went away. That's why I'm on full screen the whole time. But like, no, I love the fact that like you just the theatrics of it. I was like that you were so committed to it because if a lot of people you see like the front man on stage, they're kind of like maybe like a little like kind of like timid, like not really like wanting to put themselves out there, and you just put yourself like so out there that I was like, this is, and your fucking vocals are like all you have like all the techniques down for like the highs, lows, and all the things and stuff. And I remember I brought my buddy Trevor out to you guys played at a Great American Music Hall with God damn it, the Exhumed guys band.
Ghoul?
What is it?
Was it Ghoul?
No. It's the they were doing a farewell tour with a
Oh, Ludacris.
Ludacris, and you guys opened
Yeah,
that, and
that
it
was
was
a
like
very special
sold out
show.
immediately. Yeah, and I was like, and and Trevor was all about Ludacris, and I was like, all right, well, I'll go check it out. And then I was like, oh, Deathgrave's opening? Fuck it! I had like as I got there, I was like, oh, Deathgrave is opening. I'm all, dude, this guy Andre is ridiculous, and my buddy who's like not really that into fucking to death metal. He's into death metal, but like not like super into it. He was all at the end of the set. He was like, "That's like one of the best death metal vocalists I've ever seen." Like it's like that guy blew my fucking
Aw.
mind. And that's what I know. And I
Tell
was
me
like,
to shut the fuck up.
no, and I mean just like your performance there in that you know, it's Ludacris. It's not like a crazy death metal show, but
Ludacris,
like
Lori Sue is one of my favorite vocalists ever. She's
no,
fucking
it was
by far.
great show. That was an absolutely great show. I didn't know about Ludacris either, and he was all about Ludacris. So I was like, I've heard the name a million times and just never listened to it. And I was like, fucking blew my, like, that whole show was so much fun. And I was like, it was kind of one of those things that I remember I was thinking back of like Anthony and us like seeing you play at that at Winters and stuff, and then seeing you at a sold out Great American Music Hall, you know, like what 700-800 people there, and that was like you fucking did the same thing, and it fucking
Dude, I
people
just
loved
remembered.
it. Like I was
remembered
like,
you had a little
"Fuck."
bit of fungus enhancement too.
Oh, me for
allegedly,
that.
so-
Me? Oh yeah. For the
Yeah.
for the winter show. Yeah, I was on mushrooms.
Yeah, so that
But-
even more enhanced it for sure. But I remember having a great time that night. Phobia ripped that night, dude. And shout out, I was gonna give him a shout out earlier. Robbie Bancroft, our P-Town native, he played that show too with Obsolete Man, and he's the vocalist. It's sick front man. I've watched him grow up and play music, and have always been at bat for that dude.
But one thing actually I would want to know though is, sorry to cut you off, Jay, I love you. But
love you too.
with Deathgrave, like, so you have the guitar player of Autopsy? Like I had to go like look
He plays,
into it.
he
and
plays
stuff.
bass in Autopsy.
Okay. So I was like, because
Yeah,
that
Greg-
band's. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Greg plays bass in Autopsy. I've never been more mad in my life than when he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be playing Autopsy." And I was like, "Great, I'm quitting. Quit Deathgrave. Fuck that." Autopsy's like my favorite band. And so I was just being a dick, you know. Of course, I'm super happy for him. And the first time I saw him play with them, I fucking sobbed. I was like, dude, it's my fucking family right there. Like playing with fucking my favorite band. It's so good. And he's the best. Yeah, so
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Is
That was
he
really fun.
married to the bass player of your band?
Yeah. Him and Fern are husband and wife. I've been in several bands with Fern. We were in a band called Bird. And we had like this idea of actually, well, technically, we've only been in two bands. So yeah, we were in Bird together, and we were doing that for years, and I fucking love that band. And when that band disbanded, we kind of vowed like we need to keep playing together because we get along very well musically. And yeah, her and Greg, like, you know, they're a thing. So he wanted to be in a band with her, and she's like, well, we got someone in mind that, you know, I was like, I wanted to be in a band with Andre, and then, you know, we found our first drummer initially, and well, we tried out. Actually, we actually tried out Max, old drummer for Dead Syndicate, for a minute. He was a fucking ripper, but it's like he lived in Ireland, so that didn't work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Matt on drums, and then fast forward after the first record and a bunch of splits, we wound up getting Clint, and now it's like that. He's the perfect fit for us. So Clint is one of my very, very, very good friends. One thing I love about Deathgrave, and I don't think I've ever been in a band that was like completely like this, is that we were all really close friends first before we started playing music together. It's like me and Greg have been friends for fucking a long time. Me and Fern have been friends before we started playing music together. Clint and I have been friends before we started playing music together. So we all know we get along and like each other and like to hang out outside of like practice and shit. And that alone is like a big basis for success. Knowing that we just like being around each other, that we can tour together, that we can like travel together, we camp together, we do all this shit. Outside of practice, we're constantly hanging out. We do all kinds of extracurricular band shit. We like do band trips, like camping trips, and just go to Reno or have parties.
Sick, dude.
It's kind of fun.
I mean,
and then also we get to create together, which is, you know, badass. And I can't say that for every band I've been in. There's a lot of bands, I'm sure you've all been in a band where it's like you're like really cool with like one dude, and then the rest of the guys you just see at practice, and then they bounce out and you don't see them till next practice.
I'm lucky to say that I've never felt that
or anything, but you guys just.
I'm lucky to say that I've never felt that. I think that Odious and Severed are some of my closest homies that I've had.
I mean, but like, what about your rapcore high school band?
Right here.
I still talk to Kate. Which is funny. That's the other Casey Howard that I collaborated with. That you probably forgot about that, but the dude I used to rap with in high school, his name is Casey Howard. It's wild, and that's I still hilarious. Keep in touch with him, dude. But that's the thing. Like he's still a long time homie too. Nope, dude. I swear to God, his name's Cy4, dude, and he's still ripping the mic today, dude.
Shout out to Casey Howard, then.
Yeah dude.
As far as like Deathgrave though, Deathgrave is like seems like they're on the come up. Like, and as I mean, after I've shown them to people, after I've shown shows of you guys playing live and all those things, I feel like you guys, and I see you guys like headlining some metal fests coming up, or if that's not already happened. There's like a lot of things that are coming.
Give me a quick second. I'm gonna pop out of this real quick.
Yeah, I got to.
Starting to break up a sec. No. Just gonna refresh it. All right. I heard you saying something about what we were doing at the Metal Fest.
Yeah, no. So, you're frozen. Oh,
no, it's good.
Frozen.
I was just frozen.
Sorry, I was trying to zoom in.
Cool.
No. As far as it's really cool to see you guys coming up. Like as far as like, you know, headlining Metal Fests. Like I feel like when I saw you guys, like to me, like me and Anthony, like honestly, were like, that was fucking pretty goddamn sick. Like and
nice.
The music's great. Love the music. Your stage presence is like what it's turned into over the years. It really impresses me with like like just the things you come up with on stage, like to do, like I don't know, like I can't even think of like the slitting, whatever you're doing, like all the things, like the live stuff you do. I've never seen a singer do that.
Show that
like,
video,
and
dude.
Andre, Joel sent us that video, and it was like I was like,
show it right now.
I was like, oh man,
let's put Andre on the spot,
and it's so good, dude. Your stage.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Like, honestly, that character, that Shambling Ghoul, is only for Deathgrave. Like, I've always changed my stage presence for every band I've ever been in. Like for like, you know, the first few bands like Dead Syndicate, you know, like. A lot of windmilling, a lot of, you know, brutality and stuff, and then same thing for Brain Drill. Casket Blaster, I kind of like.
Oh yeah, you played in Brain
molded it more into like a punk thrash kind of like stage presence with like a little more jumping and like, you know, like not so much windmilling. And Cyanic, I got very stoic, and I used a mic stand, and you know, got all dressed up, had the hair slicked back, and talked killer commands, and was trying to do like that satanic priest thing. And I want to bring a different stage presence to each aesthetic that I'm presenting with the lyrics and the imagery. I want it all to be different. I want it to be like, want the the stage show to convey, the atmosphere of what we're doing musically. Deathgrave was like, all right, well, this is obviously like some grotesque, weird, like horror comic tongue-in-cheek shit. So I kind of came up with this character of the shambling ghoul, and it's like it's just something new, and it's really fun because it's like it's physical and it's creative, and it's like like the band I was in with Fern Bird. I just danced around a lot, like actually like dancing, like fuck, I have James Brown and shit, but in a grindcore band. So I try to do something different with every fucking group. But
Well, dude, I
a
gotta
lot
tip
of
my
fun.
hat. I gotta tip my hat to you, even though I don't have one on. I gotta tip it to you because you're making me realize, like, I do have alternate versions of myself in Odious and Severed, but it's still the same me. You're picking a different character for each project, and I fucking love that, dude. And you're diving in on it when you have to do it live, and that's what Joel's been talking about. That's what I've been talking about. It reinvigorated the intimate underground performance when we saw that show that night. All the bands were killing it that night for sure, but Deathgrave made a little special imprint on Joel and I. We were standing together the whole time. The video that Joel's about to show, we should have, but Joel's in it, so of course he's not going to be in it. But
Oh yeah, I remember purposely going to fuck with you guys because I was on a sick one, and I was like, there they are, there they are. I gotta get them.
That isn't in this video, but I remember
Yeah.
being attacked and possibly feeling like I became a zombie after you touched me and ate my shoulder or some shit like that.
Yeah.
What sucks is that my internet
it's
looks
really
like
fun too because like I still haven't stopped coming up with fun pantomime bits. Like I've come up with a few lately that were like have been like pretty fun, and it's like I've always wondered, it's like, am I going to keep doing the same moves? But then every time I do a show, and like the audience energy will bring out something new. It happens all the fucking time, and it's like, cool. All right, well that one went off kind of well. And one of my favorite things to do, especially all ages shows, if there's little kids in the audience, I always like go up to the parents and like, hello, I'm Andre. I play in Deathgrave. I think it'd be very prudent if you allow me to kill your child. I promise I'll talk to the kid right now. It's like, hey, dude, I'm gonna come up to you and I like gonna snap your neck and I'll pull out your intestines. And
they get to play.
And the kids are always stoked.
Yeah.
We played a show in San Jose. It was an outside street fair, and it was really cool. And someone put their baby on stage, and like it was like a little baby, like a little toddler could barely stand. I was like, oh fuck yes, dude, because like I talked to them about it, and they're like, there you go. Just grab a little baby, start petting, just a little snapper, like, handed it back. The baby was like, so good. I love the kids,
amazing, dude. Oh yeah, dude, you definitely do, and that's fun.
And they get to play along. They're like into it. They're like, all right, I have a role to play now. I'm fucking down. Yeah, they want to have fun. It's like,
dude,
everyone's all being all serious, like fucking metal. It's like, no, dude, you kind of break that wall. That's why I love that style. It's kind of like, because when you're doing it, you make me laugh. I'm laughing. I'm going like, fuck yeah. I'm going like all the things, and I'm a big comedy fan, by the way. So I'm like obsessed with comedy, almost rivaling music.
It's hard to
comedy.
be in that early 2000s tech death style where you're sitting there with your arms crossed, and watching the chops go like fucked up right there.
That's boring
fucked up right
shit,
there.
Dude.
Note missed.
Right
Note missed.
Dude, you're
exactly.
It's kind of hard to like pay attention to the details when you're smiling,
No, dude, and while you're performing, I just remember looking at Joel multiple times, like, dude, what the?
No, we were like having fun. It was like it's the same kind of reaction you have with if you go to a comedy show and your friends sit next to you and you're like, oh, ha ha.
Dude, yeah.
But also like there was times where it was like,
to hear that. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, it was actually a very unique experience, and that's why I'm kind of. Like, I don't know. I'm confused why you guys aren't bigger, to be honest with you. I was thinking you guys
things happen at their own pace. And honestly, like we kind of are choosing a lot of our pace right now. Like
Yeah.
we've done some
Yeah.
really big stuff lately. We've done some really great festivals. We've got some great crowd reactions. Um, you know, we have some new stuff, and I just got the mixes. We have a split coming out. It's not announced yet, but it's with our friends from Japan. It's gonna be a split 12-inch. I'm pretty fucking stoked on the way it turned out. I know the label that we're on, 10 Grams, wants to put out our next record as well. They're just waiting for it. We're working on that right now. So the goal is to have a couple records. Realistically, like hopefully we can get it done quick. I have all the concepts, everything already done.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's possible we can have 2 records out in a year. Most likely one that's split now, then the other early 2025. You know the way that the pressing plants go.
Would you
everything's
guys
kinda
tour?
backed
Would
up
you guys
and,
like? Would
things
you
take
guys like
time
do
apart.
like? Would you guys do like gnarly touring if you had the opportunity, or are you guys stuck with a member that can't tour full time, or?
Oh no, we don't mind touring. It's just like it has to be practical. So we usually book our own tours too. So we'll
Okay.
do like 2 week stints. Or like
But
we did,
what if a big
we've done
band? What if
Mexico a
a
couple
huge
times.
band?
We've done the West Coast multiple times, done the
Yeah.
East Coast a few times. We plan on doing the South with this sick ass band called Cryptic Void in October. That's like the original drummer from Insect Warfare's new project, and
Oh
they're
yeah.
pretty sick. So we're gonna do some South dates, but primarily right now the focus is to get the new record out. And once you have 3 LPs under your belt, like it kind of shows that you're serious.
But I
And
could see I
like
could see a tour. I could see a tour where it's like like Cannibal Corpse, another band, another bigger band, another kind of bigger band, and then like Deathgrave opening. I could see that. Like I could see that. Like I mean, it's almost one of those things I would like almost like pitch to like, whoa, Anthony's joint just caught fire.
Are you
Like a pitch like to like you guys like are very entertaining. Like for an opening band to come in like on a big ticket, I feel like that would be the perfect opener. It's like Casey rocking on Tony I mean, Kill
Yeah,
Tony.
it can-
You you know what I'm saying?
I know what he's saying. Yep. And that's totally true. Just like
Yeah.
that's very sweet. I think that's fucking awesome. And honestly, I do believe that um, we haven't really stopped momentum. One thing about us is that I mean we did have like a lull between the first record and the second record. And COVID had a big factor in that. But
Mhm.
right now, like yeah, I think that our momentum is it's based off the amount of work you want to put in. And
Yeah.
we're definitely focusing on the right thing at the right time right now, which I think is putting out another record. And we do have
Yeah.
some, dates going on. We've had a couple shows this summer, and we did that really cool festival up in Seattle, which was great. And
I'm gonna
we
piss
did
my pants.
next
I'm
to
gonna piss
last
my
year,
pants
which was
after this.
awesome. We did this huge festival there.
Just get out,
It was fucking weird. Like going taking a shuttle back to the hotel from the fest and having kids outside waiting for you with like printed out pictures, like in droves. They were sitting there all night wanting autographs and shit. It's like,
That's super cool, dude.
what's like, it's like we're good for like, like good 250 to 400 here in, the Bay Area, like for a draw. I didn't realize that like in Mexico, like people really like us. We were only there once before in 2017. And our second time there was like, holy shit. People were excited. It was really cool.
The biggest fans are outside of the country, dude. It really is the truth.
true.
I think that death metal definitely has diehards here. Don't get me wrong. Like there's small pockets of people that really live and die for underground metal in the United States, but once you get outside, it becomes bigger, I think, and it's harder for us to get out to these places to play for these people. You were mentioning Japan earlier. Odious has been hit up to play a guy's wedding in Japan. And we
That
just
sounds
couldn't
dope.
do it. It sounded sick, but we couldn't pull it off or whatever. Like that, it just wasn't gonna work out. But the fact that there's somebody out there that wants to in Japan and grind, dude. That's what I wanted to bring up was you mentioning doing a split from somebody from Japan. What is up with grind in Japan? I should do my research, but I don't know.
Oh my
why.
god, dude!
Dude, Japan.
I could
is-
give you a. I'm obsessed. I would. I'm not like the have all be all knowledge of Japanese grind and heavy music,
Right.
but
I mean,
I know a
324.
fuckload
324
about
rips my face.
My favorite fucking that's dude. 324's Butoyo no Kaio is my favorite grind record of all time.
That it will
It
fucking
is like
rip your
seriously,
face off.
I never stop listening to it. It's right here in my record, like the records I have near my record player.
Yeah.
It never leaves the queue.
Everybody
It's
talks
my
Big
favorite
Destroyer,
fucking grind
Nasm, and
record.
all these bands. 324 should be in that same exact conversation because it is a
But yeah, the Japanese grind is the
grind
shit.
record. Yeah.
Now this
And I
band
wonder what
that
it is,
we're doing a
though.
split with, they're called Black Canyon. They're fucking great. They're super weird, very trippy. Moves all over the place. Everything from like slow to fast parts, but like their fast parts are very like tritonal, like
So you're
almost
making a
like kind
split
of
with
boy
them?
body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're waiting on the art and the little fun fact. Shout out to Max from the old Dead Syndicate Casket Blaster days. He's the drummer. He does all of our cover art for Deathgrave.
Sick.
And he's gonna be doing the art for that split. He's our fifth member, kind of like how Vincent Locke is like a member of Cannibal Corpse in one way or the other. Like
Makes
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
sense.
he's our guy. Yeah.
Fuck
I
yeah.
just love that consistency of having one artist that knows my vision. Like I love communicating with him and every idea I give him, he takes it and runs with it and takes my idea and makes it look stupid and does something way cooler with it.
That's awesome.
That's rad, dude.
Yeah.
That's super sick.
Yeah, but Japanese grind, so many fucking bands.
I just want to know how it got out there. Well, yeah, somebody's got the whole lineage of it, but it's just a strange thing that grind would pop up out there, and then they have a significant scene that also it makes its way into more popular music out there too. You know, grinding and
Absolutely.
blasting. It's weird how grind just I don't know. It's powerful out there. Gets into the pop, dude. Come on, dude. Grind and pop music.
There's probably a multitude of components because of that. Like there's that band Unholy Grave, which is like, a legendary grind band from out there. They've been around for a very long time. And then also like, some of the old punk bands from out there like Gizm and, just to name one amongst the many. These are like old school punks that like, they were very proficient with the scene and did a lot of legwork and started a buzz. And the thing is, you got to think of Japan. It's not a very big place. It's a handful of islands. And, like anywhere that has a city that has a venue, I mean, you're going to get bands and they're all going to be probably pretty close knit. And I just think that a lot of Japanese culture is like based off of like strong discipline. And they fucking when they're good, they're good. The worst Japanese band I've seen is still pretty good. They were just a little sloppy because they were fun. But that doesn't mean they weren't bad. That means that they were fucking just having a great time. I just have this huge affinity for them. And I could go on and on and on about so many great bands from Japan I love.
And then you think about grind, though, it's more popular, but death metal is actually smaller in numbers when you think of grind bands from Japan, because all I can think of is Defiled, Vomit Remnants, as in terms of death metal, which shout out Vomit Remnants, dude.
What's up, Vomit Remnants? That Carnivore split or whatever. The fucking
yeah, dude.
That shit was tight.
Gotta give love to my Japanese homies, dude.
Back in the day, if you don't know, fucking.
And how cool is it? So
know.
You understand, like, being an up and coming band, you're looking for your name in thanks lists, and then you see the vocalist of Vomit Remnants wearing your Carnivorous shirt in his band photo, and you're like, yeah, dude. That's all I need, dude.
Dude, it makes me fucking melt when I see like Autopsy promo fucking photos, and fucking Danny Corrales is like only wearing Deathgrave shirts now. I'm like,
dude.
my favorite lead guitar player of all time is just rocking our shit all the time. It's like, this is a little weird.
It's a small
I
like,
like it.
those little baton
Surreal.
passes make us be like, all right, let's keep doing this.
Well, because they get whatever shirts they want, and they're like, no, this band is sick. It's like, I mean, because a lot of those big bands like Suffocation, we were younger, like that. I forget, either Frank or Terrence or something wore a Odious shirt, and I was at the Pound, and I was like, dude, we've made it. We're millionaires. I don't know, not millionaires, but like seeing them like wear that, I was like, dude, and watching them play the riffs I've always like worshipped, and all the things I've always like loved about Suffocation, but they have your shirt on
live for the first time.
You're just getting,
I
getting the
remember my
respect.
first time seeing them.
You're getting the respect.
You'll never
from
forget
your
the first time you see
idols,
Suffo.
dude.
No, I know, 100%.
Like,
I think I was Slim's. It was that Morbid
I-
Angel's Suffo tour, like kind of reunion thing they did, like probably 2006.
First
or
time I
7.
saw him was the reunion of Baltimore. It was the Maryland Death Fest, I think, in 2003.
Bro,
that's
that's another situation where me and you ran into each other at a total different spot across the planet, dude. We're just or not the planet, but the country.
The planet.
Hey guys, hey, I'm having
the
a good
planet's like
time.
the planet's like 1,000 miles.
Motherfucker! It's like that's what
It's no
always
different.
happens. We run into each other. It's like
different.
Andre's like, whiskey time. We're doing it right.
Yeah, dude, it's the same thing. And seeing that was a special situation. Suffo specifically. That was crazy.
God damn, dude. Seeing Suffo for the first time was just like,
it was the
I wanted
reincarnation
to throw up.
lineup too. It was the reincarnation demo lineup. Mike Smith and the original fucking bass player. I forget his name, sorry. But
Like
Gus,
Frank.
fucking Frank, Terrence, and I forget the bass player's name. Somebody might in the chat might know.
I
Listen
think
to me
Ian.
try and talk now.
Ian from Sick Drummer. We'll just go ahead and wait.
Ian's got it, dude. The shout out to
not Boyer. Before Boyer.
No, Boyer
The
didn't
one
play
before.
that. The very
dude,
the
I remember when
first show
Boyer
back-
moved out here and he was like deprecated
No.
when I first met him. And I was like,
Doug.
you're the most like gangster ass Norwegian dude ever. You'd be like, yo, doing fucking sick, bro. You know, like it's the third thing around here. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying, man? It's like you're like this fucking hood ass fucking like
Doug something. Yeah, I was
Frosty
thinking in my
boy,
head,
dude.
Guttural Reef. Doug. I was like,
he's
what's
all
his last
frosty,
name,
but he's
dude?
hella hood. He's just like, oh, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, I'm so confused.
Dude, Soils
I
of
love
Fate. Soils of Fate may have played that year too, and one of the dude's moms was there, and she was just hammered in the bar. All right, maybe I shouldn't bring this story up.
What's her mom's name, dude?
I don't remember, but I just remember her being like just shit faced in the bar area of it wasn't the Sonar. What was the name? The Thunderdome, dude. That's the name of the place. The Thunderdome, right, Andre? Yeah, that's where it was.
The one where Suffo played?
The one, yeah. The 03 Maryland.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a Thunderdome because afterwards in 2004, that was in Atwater, Maryland, and that was the House of Rock. And then
Yeah.
afterwards, it went to the Sonar the year
Sonar,
after.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was the first. I didn't go to the first one. Second one was the Thunderdome. That was the first one I went to, and then I went to House of Rock, which is out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And I think the headliners for that one were like Immolation and Critopsy. Like I think Worm played and like.
But wait, now I'm gonna actually correct you, dude, because 04 was still at the Thunderdome, and it was because Severed played, and we went again. Me, DK.
No, that was so 04 was that was the one at the Thunderdome, right?
No, but 03 is when they started. The first year Maryland was 03. And
so
then
04 was the one where Severed. You guys took no Severed with this.
I didn't
Dusty
play
was in
with
the band.
Severed at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Those Dusty was in the band, and Cinerary canceled, and they took Cinerary's spot.
Yeah.
And then, that was still okay. That was 04. 05 was the House of Rock.
Yeah. Because I remember being at the same place and bringing Dan Kenny back, like, yeah, dude, I know this spot, dude. I've already been here, you know. and Necro played that second year, dude. Fucking, there was a there was a Pig Destroyer pre-party. They headlined the pre-party, but me and Dan missed it because our flight got canceled or some shit. We had to stay in Arizona a night before we had it because we wanted to have the whole shebang pre-party, full 2-day fest and all that shit, dude. But
So yeah, 06 was the one with Necrophagist. I'm gonna fucking put y'all up on that real quick. And here's the lineup. You got Dismember, Vital, Demoic, Pungent, Necrophagist, Hemorrhage. Yeah. Yeah, fucking yeah. Anada played that one too. That was fucking tight.
So sick.
And like Anada played hella late and no one fucking saw him. So I was way too drunk. Fucking went home.
Dude,
Cracks me up
shout
that,
out to Wretch too. Sorry,
Oh,
Wretch
Wretch.
was a band that played
I loved Wretch.
04, and it was
Yeah.
a 2-man
Wretch.
drum machine band, dude. R.I.P. to one of
That
the
shit
members.
is
too, I don't
fucking ignorant as fuck, dude. I love
I know, I
it.
love it. Benoit Babyheads, come on.
Dude, I
Benoit
listened
Babyheads,
to
dude. Reinsertion report remnants, dude. It's fucking.
I've already mentioned
yeah.
his name several times, but DK hits me up. I'm at the Portland airport coming.
He hit me up
About
about
to
Wretch
leave.
like a couple days ago. About he's all,
Yeah.
"What
So I'm in-
Come on, dude.
I'm in
Come on, dude.
I'm in Portland Airport coming home, and DK's like, "Dude, remember this EP?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then I listened to it, and Bryce is trying to talk to me in one ear, and I got Wretch in the other ear, farts and fucking shit eating intros and porn and fucking.
Where are
blast
those dudes?
beats.
Oh, one of them passed
One of
away.
them passed away, and I'm
Oh,
sorry.
fuck.
The
I
bass
can't
player.
remember
It's the
his
bass
name.
player. The bass player passed away.
But they were
from
both
cancer.
vocalists and guitarist, bassist, and
Yeah.
drum machine. So sick. Just those two.
I haven't thought about it
dudes.
in so long. That fucking sucks. Because like, it's like those are talented motherfuckers. They were like had some sick shit going on in their heads, dude.
Yeah,
I wish there was one more record. You know.
Yeah,
That's
and
like
Damn,
that-
shout out to Wretch, dude.
Yeah, shout
No
out. That
doubt.
was like literally one of the first bands that like I went to. My brother was like way into death metal and stuff, and we were going with Laughing Dog, that band Laughing Dog, to Gathering
From
of the
New
Sick.
Mexico, they're fucking rad.
Yeah, we were like helping them out and stuff, getting all their shit. And I was a little kid. I'm like fucking 16, 15 years old, helping them load their stuff in. And Deeds of Flesh is headlining, and it's Gathering of the Sick in New Mexico, and help them load all the stuff in. And I'm just like just in the very front, and then Wretch plays right in front of me, just like drum machine, the whole thing. And I was like,
You've seen
like-
Wretch?
oh yeah. I was like sitting
yeah.
there just going like fucking. I was like I was a kid that was like in my Sepultura Slayer phase. I wasn't even into death metal yet, and like saw them like 2001,
Holy shit.
maybe 2000, yeah, something like that, and like was completely like, this band's sick, dude. Like what the fuck? Like I was like, that like got me kind of like, it was one of my kicks in the ass to get into death metal. That was Wretch was like very important.
Dude, that's the fucking sickest lie I've ever heard in my life, dude.
No, I swear to God, 100%.
Dude,
I swear to
Wretch
God.
played it.
No,
Wretch
I
played
believe you. I'm
Maryland.
just like, I've
Right?
never,
Gathering of the Sick.
ever heard anyone in my life. And I'm 41. And it's like, I've never heard anyone said, dude, Wretch was so sick live. And he told us details like, you're either greatest writer ever or you actually saw Wretch.
No, I did see them. There's
I'm believing the latter. Like, dude,
I
that's
have
so
no-
tight.
I have no reason to lie,
Yeah.
because like I wasn't into death. I wasn't, but I wasn't into death metal at the time, so I wasn't like fully in, you know. So at the time, like seeing them like just at front row, Gathering of Sick literally had like, I'm not even lying, like probably like when they went on, probably like 35, 40 people in the crowd. So I just walked up to the front and just like watched them just like
What
fucking.
year was
I was
that?
like, had to have been before 2002, because I don't think I had graduated high school. So it had to have been 2000, 2001, something like that.
I have a
Um,
cryptic question for Andre.
Wretch was the first
So-
Maryland that we were talking about in 03. Sorry, Casey. I just wanted
Yeah,
to...
no, it's fine. No.
Yeah.
All good. Talking about festivals and stuff, and you know, I don't know. I just have a specific. I've been waiting on this all night. So, Andre, I don't know if you remember, but or what you think. I don't know. I mean, just like going off your memory in general as a spectator and a musician and in the scene and all this, but Maryland Death Fest. Like, what was your favorite like train wreck of a band ever that you've seen? Like, I don't know. Just like, if you had to pick one, you know.
I have one already. I mean,
What?
there's many that come to mind, but Gut.
Okay, thank God.
Fucking-
They played after us. Thank God.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
Oh, it was the same show.
Fucking-
I don't even
When
remember.
it
Yeah.
turned into like a really bad rap fucking show on stage, and just like fucking knocking over fucking cabs, and like it was like they're knocking over everything. They're not fucking playing well. You got the chick fucking like twerking on stage, and she gets off stage, and the next thing you know, she's like, "Leave me alone, don't judge me," because all these fucking drunk idiots. I was like, this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
That was probably by far. I mean, I think that's the only thing that comes to mind. Like, I mean,
Thank
I've
God.
seen other like.
Oh, you,
Dude,
oh, you
well, I
never
remember
seen
seeing,
another band? You can't think of even one other band that you've seen train wreck at Maryland Death Fest?
Oh, yes, one of them.
Oh. Okay. So
Dude.
look, don't beat yourself up too bad.
I know. I always tell them that.
I still have
Almost
dreams
It's not
about it.
that big of a
20
deal,
years.
dude. You know what? I tell you the truth,
17
Gorgasm,
years,
fucking
I think.
Gorgasm, fucking train wreck like a motherfucker too.
We
Like,
watched these
if
train
you
wreck
guys are
on
watching,
board
love you
already,
guys, but that Maryland Death Fest that you guys played the
What
first
was
time
the guy?
was
What was the
pretty
guy
fucking
that
sloppy.
came up to you, Anthony, at the merch booth? What did he say to you
At what show?
at the
What's
at
up?
the Death Fest, at the
At-
Maryland Death Fest?
At Maryland, somebody said something?
I do like so my memory.
We train
is
wrecked.
that
We train wrecked.
okay, so everyone knows this whatever it's like. Okay,
Not everyone,
So,
but some people know this.
2007, I think it was, and it was like Odious' first show, Odious Mortem, our first show since like I don't know, like since the bloodletting or something, or around that time, which was like
Yeah, like a
mid-
year.
2000s. So it was like almost a year. yeah, we know.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
Okay,
That's
so
like-
we train wrecked only one song, and it was a song that someone called out, and then Anthony was like, "We're playing it," and then we all went like this, and then Anthony made us all play.
you
I'm
fucking
joking.
liar.
No, but there was this.
Oh my god!
we didn't practice, and we fucking so we played it, and it's just our first like Death Fest, whatever. We flew out there, dude. We were so stoked to do it, and we picked this one song, and we totally had to stop in the middle. Like something happened, and got all fucked up. And
But do you realize?
Let me
that
add a
you
couple layers to
clubbing
that.
one fucking
Yeah.
song, playing technical shit, is
Yeah.
much different than destroying a whole entire set time for somebody.
yeah,
I want to
Yeah,
add a
It's
couple
not
layers.
that big of a deal.
but
Couple
let me
layers.
finish,
Wait,
let me finish.
let me just add a couple
Okay,
layers.
okay,
real quick.
then
It's definitely
I-
it's definitely a big deal to Anthony. In case
Yeah,
like,
it is.
No, I need to.
Ivan's in
Yeah.
the band, and we took a
Yeah,
red
Ivan was
eye,
in the band.
and we all decided that we were going to drink the whole time to get
Well, yeah,
to.
Yes,
the
I was
East Coast.
there.
I wasn't
And then
we-
drunk
we-
at all. I was sober.
We show up at 6 a.m., dude. Like
Hammered at the
hungover
before.
in the same hammered and fucking hungover, and they don't have cabs. Like what the fuck? dude?
No, we're giving
No,
us
no,
not
no.
enough credit. So basically,
No,
we
no.
had we deserved no credit. We showed up there and we're just like, all right, we're at the airport, dude. That's all.
What
That's
do we
literally
do?
how prepared we were. That's literally
What do
we
we do
weren't thinking about
now?
renting cars. We didn't think about
Nothing.
transportation. We didn't think about
This has-
hotels.
This
We didn't
has
get any of that
nothing
stuff
to do
dialed
with
in,
it.
dude. We like
This
showed
has
up and we're like,
No.
what's it?
No.
That's, we just and we had to make Dan. We had to make
That's
Dan rent a
exactly what
car.
you're saying,
No, no,
dude.
no.
We had to make Dan
No,
rent a car because he was the only one that was old enough to rent a car, and he was pissed about it. I remember him like being all like, "Fuck, dude, I'm the only one that's 26, so like I can rent a car legally. Like no one else can rent a car." And so, and then somehow we got to a friend's like hotel that we ended up sleeping on the ground at or something, and then
Yeah,
we didn't have a hotel room. We were
No.
like,
This wasn't even the issue, though.
we're bums, dude.
No.
"Yeah, it's definitely not the issue."
The issue
Yeah,
is
that's off the subject.
no. When Andre gets back, this is why I'm bringing this up. But the point is that this is like almost 20 years ago, and I still wake up screaming at night. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
So the point, no,
Oh.
I'm shutting up. I'm kidding. The point is that, what was my point? Oh, my point was that everything was fine. We just picked. Someone yelled out a song we hadn't practiced or something, and we had like We were just like,
overconfident and saying, "Fuck yeah,
like,
we'll take requests."
We also
Yeah.
didn't know. We also didn't know how to do like monitors. We're like,
yeah.
all right, dude, like
So,
whatever. Just
all it
play
You
was-
guys are from
music.
Santa Cruz.
all it was it comes down to there was a song called out, and we were like, yeah, and we
Caverns.
tried playing it, and we had a problem with that, and we didn't practice it, and that's all it is. Okay, that's
That's probably
the
the most
point is-
technical song on Devouring.
the reason I'm talking about. It was Caverns. Yeah, who cares? But
Yeah,
the
it's
point is,
caverns.
we were outside out front, and I remember Andre like talking to you, and like we were all just like fuck, dude,
Like
you know,
shocked.
look, we were like in shock, like how we fucked up, so like, oh my god, we could not believe it.
And no one knew.
And you were like, I remember still, you were like, oh dude, you guys were great. Like you were like, no man, it was like, so it was all good, dude. Like, nah man, you guys were sick. You're like all this
Well,
kind of shit.
you know,
And
you
then-
can't help it.
and
You know,
then-
like you guys, you notice your fuck up more than anyone else.
But
Yeah.
but I said though, I remember I was like, yeah, but we train wrecked that song. We fucked up that song, whatever. And you were like, yeah, but it was still sick, like, or something. Or you like admitted, like, yeah, you guys fucked that up, but like it's all good. Like it was like so funny.
I love
dude.
that. I
I
love
remember
that.
Yeah.
this, like, 17
Oh
years
god,
that's
that
kinda
whole
what you
night,
need.
dude.
ago. It was so funny.
As the night went on, I remember like at that point where it's just like, all right, fuck it. You know, I was just proud to see my boys up there, you know, at
Yeah.
the sick fest, and like you just got to share a stage with a bunch of fucking badasses. And then we continued to get fucking raging. And I remember
Jesus, I know.
my favorite part of the night is when fucking Ivan and I started like wrestling in that fucking puddle out front. And it was just like, dude, and then like we're just like all rolling around. I'm carrying Princess style. We're being all weird. He's up trying to make out with me and shit. And like, it's like, I don't blame him. It's not a big deal. I am pretty. But it's like, and then it's just like, and then I'm like, okay, we get done, and like you guys are just laughing, and watching. I was like, oh great. My fucking whole bag of merch was in the fucking puddle too. I was like, oh whatever.
Oh,
They're just
shit.
records. Actually, to tell you the truth, everything was you know, because like, you know, the records, they come in the slip cases and shit.
Yeah,
No damage to anything at all, so no harm done.
nice.
Just a little
Dude,
hoisty, little
yeah.
gross
Ivan
bit
that
of
night.
Baltimore on there.
Dude, Ivan. Then I still remember there was a band called Fuck the Facts, and it was like a female singer, and like he
Yeah.
just went up to he like yelled at the female singer's like, "I'll fuck your facts." We're just like, oh my god.
Blacked out.
God damn it.
I love you, Ivan. And
Shout out to
that's-
those people. They're fucking rad as fuck. They came around on a Decibel tour. Like I think it was like one of the first or second ones, and wasn't very well attended. It was them, Cretan, Minsk, and
Breton, damn.
Face Down and shit. And they needed a place to stay. We're in San Francisco. But I was like, I was living with Rachel. We had rooms. Like, if you guys are down to come down to San Jose, they came down, stayed with us, and they were fucking cool as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Super fucking rad. Party with us all night. Very, very cool people. It's weird because I haven't heard it yet, but someone told me that they have a fucking record. Their latest record is called Mexican Disgorge. Which I'm like, wait a second. Is it going to be like what I was expecting, or is it like what's the intention behind his name?
Jesus.
Mexican Disgorge is going to be like, 'cause, you know, the Mexican Disgorge is. We all have a special place in our heart.
I
for
wonder
that.
what the
fucking
stats
great.
are. I wonder what the stats are of a kid. And well, you don't really have this situation anymore. But when you would go for the album, you would go to a record store and you would flip through CDs and you find the Disgorge and you're like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I found Disgorge, hell yeah!" And you take it home. It's the Mexican Disgorge. You know,
It's good.
like
I think it's very low.
you think
Very
it's
low
low?
now.
All right.
yeah.
Very low with the
Well,
internet
yeah,
and everything. It's
now.
like the people that are going to the record store and flipping through shit, they know exactly what they're fucking looking for.
The logo's a lot.
Kids
too.
aren't
And
fucking like
actually-
going to fucking record stores.
Siskin would.
I mean, if they are, I'd be
say-
very surprised.
Siskin says that the Mexican Disgorge is sick. I can't remember what they sound
Oh,
like.
dude,
I looked at
the
reviews.
first
They
one,
fucking
but
rule.
it's- Yeah, they're crazy. I mean, obviously.
Those album covers were
like,
fucking crazy.
I mean, they're no brain ass.
It sounds,
yeah.
yeah, the drums sound like someone took a bunch of silverware and threw it down a staircase. You know,
Garbage disposal.
with a, you know, a very, very large amount of pingy pans And
Yeah.
the vocalist
Ding, ding.
Antimo, he's out of fucking control. He's got one of the sickest voices in all fucking extreme music. He's got a very, very wet, low, very unique voice. Riffs wise, it's like, I don't know if you've heard that Japanese band Viscera Infest, but they have their own mosh called the Cockroach Mosh, where people lay down. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So if you're
cockroach.
familiar with their sound, they are completely influenced by Mexican Disgorge. That's their biggest influence. They want to sound like
interesting.
Mexican Disgorge. So think of them like Carcass meets like Mitts.
And they lay on the ground like
Mexican
a
Disgorge.
cockroach on their back.
They're just different bands.
They just like kick around.
Oh
like
yeah,
they're a
there's
cockroach on
videos.
their back.
There's YouTube. We could put one on or something. But yeah, they fucking
That's
do it.
insane, dude. Is that
You haven't seen
really-
that? We've put it on the
We've put it
podcast
on the
before. We're
podcast.
like,
Yeah.
Really?
we're like people like they have like it's like, you know, like how, what's it called, like Amon Amarth, like everyone does like a row on a thing.
Well,
and
I'm
everyone sits on
imagining it now. I definitely see
and
just like people laying on the
but-
ground, just like kicking
and just
their
going
limbs
like
around.
kicking their
Yeah.
legs, their limbs, and their arms and legs just go like up in the air, and it's like,
Oh,
but
yeah.
everyone does it though, and you're like,
you mean
oh, shit.
that rowing shit that they do?
yeah,
Yeah, totally.
So I guess
That
that's
shit's
like,
hella funny.
you do that and you get the pit experience, whatever pit experience they're having, and then they just get to go home and not be hurt and just be kind of dirty from laying around.
Yeah, can
on
I-
the
can
ground.
I think it's awesome.
I want to say one thing out loud that it just, you know, as an it's old man Joel statement, but the wall
I'll
of
probably
death,
back it.
wall of death is like the lamest thing, I think.
Stupid.
And I
I'll never wanna
tell
be a
Casey
part
that,
of it.
or not Casey, but I told Danny that every time I see, because Suicide Silence will come and he's like, come hang out, and like, obviously it's like one of my best friends when we go hang out. But I'm like, at the end of every show, they're like, wall of death. I'm like, you fucking guy. And I go backstage and I'm like, wall of death is like the dumbest fucking shit I've ever. It's like, it feels like to me like the easy way to get a crowd moving. Like, it's like, all right, this side, and like, I mean, now the crowd's like expecting it now, so now it's like a thing for a long time. But
now
to me,
there's
I
probably a bubble of dudes that are like, dude, I gotta go to metal
Buy
shows to get in
tickets
that wall of death
for the
dude.
wall of
What
death,
was-
they buy
what was
tickets
the
for the
Front
wall
row
of death.
for the wall of death, dude.
What was
I'm
the
just gonna-
cephalic carnage version of this that you were talking
Oh,
about?
what did he do, dude?
It's
Cephalic
so
Carnage was
genius.
hilarious.
No,
dude.
what he did was he did the wall of death, but he just made it so elaborate that he just
Yeah, he kept putting
continually
rules in there. he was
kept
like, he made
adding
like
more and
17
more
rules. He's like, but if you do
confusing
this, you can't do
everybody
this.
in
But
the
if you do this,
crowd.
and then they played a song that didn't have like a break just to go into a wall of death, and all the people were confused. And that's like that's like my Norm Macdonald wall of death, where I'm just
I
like,
love it.
dude, you fucking shredded that shit. But everyone was just like, what do we do? And then they like kind of pitted. They're all confused, and I was like, dude, that is the funniest fucking thing.
And that's
dude.
my shit. That's my shit. I know it's
Me
your
too.
guys' shit too, dude. Because
I was
we-
cracking up, dude.
the wall of death
I
is
love that
stupid.
shit.
I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Oh, we lost
Yeah.
Andre.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well,
Well,
that's cool,
just
dude.
keep
But
on trucking,
he
dude.
probably had a problem with connection or something.
Maybe he
right?
loves the wall of death so much that he just left.
Just offended.
That would be crazy.
No, I
He's
can't. I
kinda-
can't see that
Oh,
happening.
that's shit, dude. What the fuck?
No, he was probably just
Andre's a
having
sensitive
issues.
guy. I can see it happen. I'm just kidding.
And,
Nothing wrong.
oh, he's
with
back. He's back.
Just-
He's trying to connect right now.
Yeah.
you offended.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, so on
Did we
that
say
point,
something, dude? Did we?
no.
I know.
We should, I think, as a community, for whoever shares our sentiments, protest the wall of death just once, just to let
Yeah.
everyone know that we don't need this.
No,
Yeah.
We don't
we
fucking
Tear
don't.
want
down the
it.
wall.
It's not helping anybody. It's just basically like the band that's not really doing a great job.
Yeah,
No one's into the
needing
riffs. It goes,
exactly.
I want to see you fuck shit up. It's like, I will fuck it up if you
Mhm.
get me going.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm drunk,
Give that
and
riff.
I will do what you tell me. I'm drunk. I will participate, but like I'm not
Yeah,
into the
but
band
for
right
me,
now.
it's like I could be as drunk as fuck, and I'll fucking laugh my ass off and fucking like you got whack riffs, dude. I've fucking seen it, dude. Like I've seen
We
a riff,
go
and
to
I'm
a
just like,
show. We go to a
Give me a
show
break,
to
man.
like, get
Especially
them
if I'm
to
drunk.
hypnotize
I will
us, dude.
purposely laugh my ass off. And be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, that is the wackest riff I've ever seen.
The
It's like
laugh of
seriously,
death.
like you're trying to like prove to me with your down tuning that riff is fucking sick, but I know it's not. You're trying to tell me to fuck shit up, and it's like I can't.
I do see
My
like
soul,
no
my
matter
metal
what.
soul will not allow me to fuck shit
Yeah.
up for that whack
I've
riff.
never participated in a wall
You're
death.
playing a 6-string bass, down tuned like a motherfucker, and I see
Yeah.
that this is not worth fucking shit up for. If you don't tell me to fuck shit up, and I
my
see you
personal
fucking
safety should
rocking that
not
shit,
be.
just like
Yeah. Exactly. My personal safety should not be at
I will
risk
fuck
right
it
now
up
for that
when I need to
riff.
fuck it up.
Exactly. If there's a riff, like there was, I remember Suffocation.
Look,
Anthony,
I'm
we
not
went to
riff
Suffocation.
shaming.
No, riff shaming.
At my age, Suffo's the band that still makes me feel that.
No, I did. I have to, like, it's like almost a thing if I'm close enough to the pit that I'm like, I could be like 10 years older than I am now. And I'm like, well, I got to go in. Like,
Isn't it weird? It's a
I
weird
know.
thing.
Like, I'm not, but
Dude,
they're
my
not
old
calling out
ass-
for it, you know?
What
So
are you
I
gonna
went
say,
to 2
Andre?
shows in a row last weekend. I went to go see Melt Banana. I fucking was in the pit,
Hell yeah.
old as shit. And then the next day, I went to Death to All and Cryptopsy. Fucking Death to All was like, I was like, I'm basically watching death. It's 3 members and some dude that is very
Max.
convincingly cloned.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, that guy was fucking
That's
sick
Max,
as fuck.
dude.
And like
Yeah.
Max from Dead Syndicate, Casket Blaster, and I were just standing next to each other, and we were having that comedy show reaction where we kept looking over each other like, I can't stop smiling. Because we're fucking, dude,
Yeah,
dude, it's the jams. You know what? I'm sorry. I'll be back. My fucking old ass is in there just like having a blast. And
Max
And it's
is an
really
awesome
fun,
dude,
like,
too.
being
He's
an
been on
old
our
man.
show a few times. Sorry,
dude,
I was just
that dude is a fucking shredder. That show was fucking sick, dude. I had so much fun.
hell
Dude,
yeah.
I mean, actually, you know what brought that? Were you at the Great American Musical, the Cavalera playing like a Rise and Beneath the Remains
Yes.
live? Dude,
Yes.
that
I was
pit
in the
was
pit the whole
like,
time.
dude, it was insane. That pit was like people's
There's no
heads
way
were
the hell
hitting.
I was not going to be in there.
I know.
I was like, ah.
Yeah, the whole place
excuse me.
erupted. Yeah, it erupted. And like, remember Nate? I always talk about that. Like Nate was like,
There was
"All right,
nothing
I'm
that
going
could
in like
stop me
round
from
5." Yeah, yeah. It was like
And
he
that
was
was a
like
very
fucking
friendly,
covered
fun
in sweat.
Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing but fucking circle pitting. Nothing but fast, aggressive circle pitting. It wasn't a football game. It wasn't like a Slayer pit where it's like,
Yeah.
this isn't fun. It was a fucking one of the best, friendliest, most fun pits I've ever been in because everyone was on the same page. It's like
Yeah.
we're hearing fucking dead embryonic cells live, dude. Like it's just fucking like I'm getting it right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
about to fucking throwing high kicks.
I was there the second day, and it was definitely it was probably one of the most crazy pits I've seen in the last 10 years. I would say it was the first day because Nate was there the first day. Nate, shout out Ontogeny, was there the first day, and he was like, "Dude,
oh shit,
fucking here."
I forgot about this. Shout out,
Yeah,
Nate.
he's
Ontogeny.
yeah, he's all like, "I'm here again, dude. Fucking last night was so sick." And then that night, like it was like a Friday, Saturday they did, I think, and I was there Saturday, and Saturday there was just people getting like let out, knocked out, like people were like, I just heard heads hitting that wooden floor, just like boom, and just like people getting like let out, and I was like, holy shit! And I was like, I had to protect like the people, like me and my buddy Pat from that band Eviscerate. We had to like kind of protect people around us because like people were getting like fucking into it, like hit like I said, skulls hitting fucking wood you were hearing, and I was like, and people just like knocked out, getting like carried out, and they're like, all right, well, the show's got to go on. Like I was like,
the second
Jesus.
night?
Yeah, the second night. Yeah, it was insane. It was probably one of the crazy. And Cephalic opened it, and and last second, Steve got his guitar stolen, and so they fucking flew in Zach, the old Cephalic guitar player, and they played like an old school Cephalic set, and I was like, so psyched.
Oh,
I was like, it was so sick.
Nostalgia on 1000.
I was like the only one that knew all the Cephalic stuff. Yeah, second night I was sitting there just like, I was like tearing on like how sick Cephalic was. I was like, you have fucking Zach.
Yeah, I wish I could have saw
Zach.
That's
Yeah,
badass.
they're playing like all their old like Lucid Interval stuff. They like opened up with that opening track of Lucid Interval. It's like got that and they go into that heavy shit, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck. And they played Lucid Interval all the way through. They played Jihad. They played Rehab. They played like all the cool stuff, and I was like,
Damn,
and no one.
dude.
And no one was that into it, and I was like, "This is so sick!" You guys don't even. I was like
Oh, I would've
filming like
lost my
all of
mind.
it. Yeah,
This
I was
Miracle
losing
is
it.
the sickest shit. I
Ugh.
fucking love that stuff.
I know. I love that shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
shucks.
dude. I don't think anybody has any at least in my friend
20
group
years of
have any negative thing to say about Lucid Interval. But
so
I mean,
good.
if we're gonna talk about the two between Exploiting and Lucid that same
Lucid's
time,
my shit.
I think
Yeah.
really, I mean, Exploiting still has elements
them
that
all.
I just can't let go of.
Oh, really?
You
No.
know?
Exploiting
Well,
is that's near and dear to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like-
it's just a different kind of recording. It's like but once you understand like the type of
But I
recording it is,
understand they're evolving as a band throughout their catalog. You see that happen with
you
every
guys are gonna
record.
hate me.
So-
I think
and I'm not-
the one I want to listen to the most is for like their perfection of their tone and their jokes and everything in there. It's Anomalies. That's like to me. That's like that song Wraith. Well, it's like that's my
I
favorite
would
song.
never
by them, is
hate you
Wraith.
for that, dude.
Yeah, and they
There's
played
no
that live,
hate.
and I was like,
This is the thing. This is one of those.
If you
we're
chose
talking
that
about one of
Clear
the
EP that was like that one Doom song
Hall
that they
of
did that was like really
Immensity or
long,
whatever.
Yeah,
I
Hall
wouldn't
of
hate you
Immensity.
for it, but I'd judge you.
That came out on Willow Tip. This is my thing. You can't. This is at least for me a band that did no wrong. They did zero wrong
Agreed.
throughout their discography. It's all beautiful. It is so beautiful, and I want all of it, whatever they
Yeah.
did. And so what we're saying right now, we're not. I don't really necessarily feel like I'm comparing one or the other, because when you mention Anomalies, I love so much about that record, and taking it back to the demos and everything. There's nothing that this band can do that will make me not want to hear it. I gotta hear every single note and every single second of Cephalic Carnage, dude.
Yep.
That's
Because in the beginning, I
100.
remember when Anomalies first got announced or released, they were like, our buddy Josh was like, "Dude, there's breakdowns in it, dude. We can't like it. We can't." I was like, "Yeah, there's breakdowns, but I feel like it's a joke." And it was.
It is.
It was
dude,
a total
it's
joke.
pretty
It's a total
fucking
joke.
obvious.
I know. That's what
It's
nowadays
totally
I see it.
obvious.
With
I
the
know.
music video for Dying Will
Dude,
Be the
exactly.
kidnapping.
The dying will be the death of me. That is obviously a fucking joke.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
That was
ripping,
fucking
they're
funny.
ripping on all of metal.
And the fact that they made a video for it is like, it's almost like they were rolling the dice to get some audience, which they deserve, but
Yeah.
also like throwing a something out, a little Easter egg of humor out for us, like the
Yeah,
hardcore
exactly.
fans that are like diehard from like the early days. They're like, oh, they're definitely fucking around. Especially when you
They're
watch the video,
roasting.
like the video's
They're
like,
roasting
it's
through
very
music.
silly. They're definitely fucking joking.
They kidnap an
And you
emo
listen to
kid.
the rest of the record, you're like, okay, this shit's brutal as fuck.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
kidnap an emo kid and throw him into a van, like with like
Hell,
them all
dude,
watching.
it's pretty obvious.
That's about that whole joke is when it came out, like they didn't say anything at first. They just put it out. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Like that made it even funnier,
They're trolling
Yeah, it's like-
everyone.
And then when they
outside
said,
I
of
know.
Yeah, and then it was like
Everyone's
they were
involved.
trolling people exactly. Then it was like, oh, it's a joke. Everyone was like, oh yeah, duh. I knew that. And I knew that. People were like all like talking to.
I
used to-
A
I
guy
used
like
to-
me
yeah, yeah.
got an
Dude,
ear
I
for the
used to-
metalcore shit because I love the that era of metalcore.
Well,
There's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
bands that I enjoy. I'm sorry if you guys don't
Joel used
agree,
to
but
make
Don't be sorry. Just like what you like.
I'm gonna like what I like as always. And
So
Cephalic Carnage, a band that I love, puts out a roast. You totally get it, but at the same time, they're killing it on that song
but
for that genre. Like
I'm trying-
that, you know what I'm saying?
what I'm trying to get at is dude, back in the day, it was like Conforming was like, we had that forever. And then of course Exploding came out, but like Conforming was like super sick. And then I was talking about the Split. Is that the Split I had? I had this Anal Blast.
I was with Anal Blast, and
Is
then
that
they had
the
an EP. Before that, they had like a green cover with the face. It had like a weed bowl on the CD, and that was like a small EP as well. The Anal Blast split, their side was called like the Bestiality, the Perversions After, or something like that. Like their side of the artwork had like a guy with his hand in his head. That's the one with the Phantom Farter song that we were talking about earlier. Totally
I had
alive, and like
I had a 7-inch or
I
whatever.
still have that shit.
Hell yeah!
Back in the day, I had like a 7-inch in like 2001, like way back, and it was like you don't cough till you get off, or if you don't cough, you don't get off. And this dude's like spitting out like his lungs all gory. Did you guys have that one?
Nah.
Yeah, dude, that was a 7-inch. Like, I don't know. Does anyone?
Oh, here it is.
Do you have it?
Hold up.
Andre,
Yeah, I got
Oh, you know it's
the
okay. That dude.
Phallic Hard Anal Blast split.
No, the 7
talking
inch.
about
Version of the Guilt
That's
After.
sick. That's
Yeah,
still
so that's-
old. as fuck.
Yeah, I still got that. I got that whole shit, dude. That's sick, dude.
But there
The
was
7-inch is tripping me out.
But this is the best part is the fucking Anal Blast side.
Oh yeah, that's right, America.
The AOL logo.
I'm pulling up the anal or the anal, I said the anal
America
archives,
Online.
metal archives, not anal
anal
archives.
archives, dude.
The audio
And,
listeners, it looks like an America Online logo with
Glad I was able to find that
Anal
quickly. I was
Blast.
like,
yeah.
No,
No, but I had a
God damn,
7-inch
so much shit here.
little vinyl. Like it was like
demos.
I had this exploiting. I think I had exploiting was out by then because I saw them in 2000, first bloodletting or whatever. I was like a teenager, but like they had conforming, and then there was a 7-inch. Yeah, like I'm talking about, and I can't remember who it was a split with, but like yeah, it was like whatever song or songs were on it, and there was like this,
Scrape My Lungs,
this
fortuitous oddity, and then promo 1997.
that might have
and
been
then-
it. Like, and the dude was like holding a bong, but he's like puking out his lungs, like this gory, like rad picture. Though it was like crazy. It was like a drawing or something. Like that shit was skid, dude. I don't know.
Speaking of covers, dude, exploiting dysfunction. That's such a weird cover as
So fun.
as a crate digger
a lot of fun to
of
look at.
metal. You find that and you're like, whoa. And you see it's on Relapse and you're like, yes, Relapse, dude.
Dude, they had a fucking single or a EP or single in '94.
Andre, dude, how sick was it to just like almost blindly follow a record label? Relapse had all the grind, all the death, like so much different. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, blindly, once you find a label that you're into, you kind of start blindly following it, dude. And seeing a Relapse logo would almost lean me towards buying it just because of that, you know?
Well, especially at that time. At that time, that was the way to go. And then you'd have Death Vomit was like putting out really good stuff in the early 2000s, and then you had of course Unique Leader and their inception. Like, come on, dude, like that's our talent. Like, that's our that's our shit, dude. Early 2000s, we still talk about it. Shout out to Adam Human if you're fucking watching, because that fucker and I are constantly talking about
that's our homie,
the
dude.
initial Unique Leader, and there's stuff that he missed that I was able to show him, and he's like, "How did I fucking miss Agial?" It's like, come on, dude. Like, dude, you got everything that came out at that time was fucking sick as fuck. Not to say that there's nothing that they're still putting out sick shit. And there's other labels like Slap-A-Ham for me and the power violence grind scene. Like everything that's coming out Slap-A-Ham, these 625 records. These are that was Max from Spaz's record label, put together these comps. There were these reality comps. There were all these dope bands. Speaking of, there's a show happening tomorrow at the DNA, which is a lot of these classic grind bands that I grew up with. I'm going to tomorrow. It's Slight Slappers from Japan, Fuck on the Beats from Japan, Lack of Interest, but these fucking classic, fucking super sick, ignorant, fucking badass shit. And that's the thing, you could go buy a record label. I remember Howling Bull. They were out of San Francisco, and they were bringing a bunch of really fucking weird music from Japan out, and releasing avant-garde punk bands from San Francisco Bay Area as well. That following a label, Razorback, that was another one. It was huge.
Yep.
They were out in New York and they were bringing all that fucking carcass influence like style, like Frightmare, Impaled, Ghoul, like Machetazo, like shit like that horror movie inspired shit that like had riffs. I still kind of almost adhere to that in a certain way. Because I mean, I feel like like some of these independent labels, like the label that puts out Deathgrave, like Take Crimes, like pretty reliable where you're gonna get out of them. It's like you're gonna get some pretty fucking fun shit. And like some of the bands that he's put out, like Ghoul and Necron, I mean, they're out there crushing it. They're like some of the biggest bands out there right now. And it's not for no reason. It's because they're fucking sick as fuck. And like, like a lot of the, and then also, the stuff he presses, like, Spaz and Dystopia. I mean, that's like childhood favorites for many, many people. And it's like a third label, when you're curating your shit in that way, and it's, especially if it's not like high corporate, like, like a Century Media or anything. Not that there's not anything sick as fuck coming out Century Media. Like, you got Blood Incantation on there now. It's fucking sick as fuck. And you got like Dark Descent out of Colorado. They're fucking like holding shit down. Like, there's people that are curating for a specific audience because they know what they like and they know what the audience likes. And once they find that audience, we're solid, dude. And then you got people that are buying shit off you on the reg. And it's not like it's a win-win. Because not only are you successful as a label because you found your market, but you found like the audience is looking for someone that's going to put out shit that they want to hear on a regular basis. They know they can always turn to you. It's fucking really refreshing when you're like addicted to fucking music. Such as we are.
There's one Japanese band Anthony liked, but I didn't like when we saw Igor, and it was called Melt Banana.
Oh, they're classic.
They're one of my favorite bands of all time. I just saw them.
I gave them. I said,
the funny thing is, Joel had never heard of this band. We've known about it.
I dislike them more than most. I mean, live more than like most acts I've ever seen in my life.
But Joel
was only 2 members, but it still was so sick, dude. And
that guitar player is one of my favorite guitar players ever.
Joel's
He plays on a Sega Genesis.
She had this crazy, like,
but you couldn't hear any of it. It sounded like shit.
She had something strapped to her hand that she was.
It's a modified PSP with a motion sensor.
Oh, that was cool. I like that. That was cool. I like that part about it. The guitar
player,
was terrible.
Playing the rhythm section to his.
Well, the guitar wasn't terrible. I couldn't hear the guitar because it was so badly mixed. That just sounded like.
Oh, dude, that show sounded like fucking dicks, dude.
Okay. You were there at the Igor show?
Oh, I never missed Melt Banana. Ever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, I felt like something was off. I was like, well, I can't hear the guitar. It sounded like just like.
But Igor sounded really good, but no, I was.
Igor was fucking wild. Igor was amazing. Great.
Yeah,
Melt Banana sounded like shit.
Okay. That's what it is.
I was able to have fun with it.
Yeah. I'm being honest.
Joel, I'll send you a link to my favorite Melt Banana record, and they're definitely like a spastic. They've changed many times throughout the years.
Right.
Very, very weird, unique. They used to be a full band.
Okay.
And they've had like one of my favorite drummers, Dave Whitty. Someone fucking just said right here on the fucking comments. Dave Whitty, he plays it.
Ian McDonald from Sick Drummer Magazine. Shout out.
Yeah, he's currently in Municipal Waste, but he was in Discord Taxes, Human Remains. To name 2 of the 5,000 bands he's played in, he's like
there's only 2 members in that band. Right?
I was
like a drum machine. Wasn't it 2 members?
Now they're just drum machine, guitar, and vocals, but like they do it in this weird organic way, which is very unique. And the pedals and the shit that he uses, like he has like a fucking modified Sega Genesis, like as one of his pedals. It's like on that fucking card, and like he has like that turned into a weird delay. And they're fucking weird, but they're
weird.
Legendary. I will send you some shit that I think.
Okay, send me some shit.
Go ahead, check it out at your leisure.
Ian,
you don't have to like it, but I think you might change your mind, especially if you take in some of the guitar playing. To me, like it's like Tom Morello, you're a fucking idiot with your little bing bong noises, because Agata is like one of the fucking weirdest guitar players ever, and he's been so creative to me, and it's just like so refreshing to see someone that's so good at guitar. not trying to fucking show off and shred, but sound like he just wants everything to sound like it's a boss fight in a video game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like, yeah.
I'll stop the play.
Yeah, send it to me. I was waiting for it to be over.
Yeah,
and I was singing it.
I got
Real
kind of
quick.
two records. I'll send you an early one.
I'm
and
gonna
a
have to
later
jump in here. I'm not gonna get a chance, but real
Lem-
quick, I found that art. I was
Oh, the
talking about.
shirt. Is a shirt?
No, so it's a 7-inch.
Damn!
I could not find I could not find the 7-inch or the art or anything related to the 7-inch, but I found a shirt with that design that was in the
That is so sick.
and I just
All right.
That
remembered
is so
that.
sick, dude.
And
Well,
it's like,
What a-
it's all, if you don't cough, you don't get off.
I'll hit
Dude,
up Steve.
They're not for sale.
Discogs.com's gotta have it on file if it was
I was
No, I
like,
was there. They didn't, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It
Yeah,
was,
that's one of those waiting list items that's never going to happen.
it might have been only vinyl pressing. I don't know, but it
No,
wasn't.
I
Yeah,
know,
my-
that
Oh,
would be on
absolutely.
Discogs was just mainly vinyl. That's
Oh,
what
okay. Oh, okay.
My older brother gave me like a cephalic shirt. I remember like they were playing with Cannibal Corpse, and it was like this rare shirt. Because my brother was like, "I'm not wearing this stuff anymore," or whatever. Because he was like super into like early '90s, like late '80s death metal. And he gave it to me, and I remember walking by. They were playing with Cannibal Corpse at Slim's, and me and Carrie Gear were there. I remember walking by them, and I remember like seeing the whole band go like, "What the fuck?" They were like, "That shirt I have never seen someone." They like all like ran up to me and were like, where the fuck did you get that shirt, dude? That's like, I think they used to like manually press these shirts. Like I think they had like kind of like just some like underground when they were first starting out shirts kind of thing. But I'll hit up
I feel
Steve
like
because I would
those-
like to know.
I mean, I definitely was doing that shit. Like those manually pressed shirts, every now and again, someone will like, I'll see one in the wild, and I'm like, you realize I'd fucking screen that shirt by myself when I was like 17 years old. Pretty
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
fun seeing them in the wild nowadays.
That's
Yeah.
rad, dude.
Dude,
I know you see
I
him, you
love it.
randomly see him. Yeah, I'll hit Goldberg and see if you don't cough, you don't get off. Is that what it said?
Scrape My Lungs from 1994, dude.
If you don't cough, you don't get it
I
off.
don't even know where I had that vinyl from, and I wish I still had it, but I don't.
Well, it's probably on YouTube. You can at least check it out and listen to it.
Is it?
I wonder if it's like a bootleg.
Anyone that has
though.
that shit puts it on YouTube. That's the best. That's the beauty of
No,
YouTube.
it was like a legit sick. It was a split 7-inch, I think, with
a split with Impaled.
maybe, yeah.
Oh wait, let me go in here and let me check this out. 'Cause
That
I'm
might have
finding
been-
a split
That
with
might have been
Impaled.
it. Yeah,
From
Impaled
'94. Maybe-
No,
Steve.
not
What?
94. It's let's see,
That's
99.
right. Like actually,
99. And there was 2 tracks: Observer to the Obliteration of Earth, Regurgitation Ad Nauseum, and Fetal Decay. Those are the 2. But it doesn't have a name. It just says Fall Carnage / Impaled.
It's Impaled.
And it came out on Headfucker. Shout out, because they
Oh,
I
head
think they
fuck.
put
Fuck
out
yeah.
Shit.
they put out the OG Conforming, and I think they put out Deprecated.
Nice.
Damn. I
But
hit
no,
up Steve.
I'm-
He was just online a couple minutes ago.
Oh.
We'll see.
I'm sure you guys have done a billion episodes and mentioned deprecated many times, but just
Yeah.
hearing that name out loud, that people like say it and like they're not saying it in a way like where it's like self-therapy. It's like, don't self-deprecate yourself. It's like it's actually someone like being like, oh, deprecated. Remember them? They were fucking sick. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh
Makes me
you're-
very happy.
Anthony, you're right.
I fucking
That's
love you
it.
guys, dude. I miss
Yeah.
you, dudes. Like
I know.
It's
I
so
miss you
cool to,
too,
like,
man.
touch
Fuck
base.
yeah, dude.
The pilot
Deprecated. Who the fuck
episode.
knows deprecated?
The pilot episode of this show is called Decrepitated Tormentation, dude, and it's because I mixed decrepit and deprecated in one. I just said decrepitated, dude. And tormentation is just another stupid thing that
Can you
came
guys
up,
see
and we
this?
just decided to name it.
Tormentation
Oh,
is fucking
shit.
hilarious.
Oh, that's it.
So
Tormentation is
So
like
this is
18th
the-
Where the
century
fuck did you
English.
find it?
because
Dude,
Anthony.
that's fucking deep cut.
Damn.
So that's the shit right there.
That's hard
the
as fuck.
7-inch I had. And it has like this part, and then it goes to. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Dude,
Holy
You guys see
fuck!
that?
so sick.
And then it was cool. It was like this side was the impaled side, and then the cephalic guy.
Dude, of course. And
So,
I actually,
like-
I was too busy looking at what year did that come out? That was wait, no, I
Like
skipped
65
on.
or something. Okay,
Fuck.
It's on
No,
there.
I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
99.
99.
99.
Okay.
Yeah. I said that.
And it was released in Italy. It's like from Headfucker.
Oh, Headfucker. Okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
dude.
Head Split. What the hell? That's kind of. Didn't realize they were doing shit back then.
They put out the OG conforming.
Do you guys see that?
They put out the OG stab wound intercourse. Extremities took it after that, but I guess
Like the
Headfucker put it
original,
out.
the original CD of Stab Wound.
Yeah,
Tight.
I'm
I have
actually-
it somewhere.
Now I'm like excited. I want to see what else. Shut the fuck up,
Dude, that
No,
fucking record, it's like the endless double bass. Just Stab Wound intercourse is just like nothing but just
Oh
like
yeah.
constant
ridiculous.
fucking double bass. Is it something that's cool or is it not cool? There's no complexity to it, but it's also so impressive.
Yeah. It's like Angel
It's not one of
Corpse.
the coolest things in that, like, yet, but it's like
Yeah.
They did the
going from there to
re-release of
bleeding
Cranial,
profusely. There's a
too.
definite difference in complexity,
Yeah.
but yet
It's like
constant fucking the whole fucking time is the fucking coolest shit as well.
just driving along, just like not even, like.
Yeah,
You
confirmation
didn't even see- you didn't
deprecated
even see it.
98. Sorry, deprecated 98, and they also did Cranial's re-release in 99.
Duty Angel. That's so
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I
dude.
gotta say.
It's like what year was it? Was it? You were looking down. I put it up. I put it up while you were talking.
Oh
It's funny.
man, that was I don't know.
That
That was
driving
when,
along.
what were you in the bay for, Casey? Because that was you taking the picture, right?
You don't remember?
Was it for Joel's thing?
It was
you
for
in the
this concert. It was this concert. I think you guys were going to go see. Sorry.
No, you gotta spark my
Joking?
memory, dude. Hit me with one detail.
Last year doing the Retromorphosis recording. With saying at Mike Gilbert's
with
place.
yeah, at Zach's place.
Sick.
Anthony.
Anthony.
You don't remember our time together?
Anthony.
Come on.
I remember all most of our times together, but you can't call me out right now when I'm hammered and stoned and
Oh.
you know
What's
Anthony
going on,
drunk
everybody?
alert, dude.
Cali Death Podcast back.
That's what's up, dude. That's what I sound like on this thing.
You know, that's it, man.
Fuck yeah.
Well,
Dude. Andre, man, this is I remember like since I've talked to you outside the Catalyst show, I was like it was like the biggest light bulb over my head moment. I was like, fuck, we need to get fucking Andre on. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Andre
out of
should
all,
become
like-
the fifth host of this show.
I know. It's like I was like, you've been a part of our whole growing up, and you've been there. We've been there with each other, just like
Love you, man.
Yeah, it's a trip. When I saw your face, sometimes I didn't see you for like 5 years or something, and I see your face, and just like it's like a memory dump.
it's the same,
like,
dude.
of
Yeah, I
all
know,
these things. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that time, this time. I was like, I was like, what the fuck? You need to come on the podcast. Like, you have to come on the podcast. Like, and I'm so glad.
That this is happening. I've been excited about it. And when you're like, yeah, there's an 8 work, I'm like, I usually work, but you know what? Fuck it. I can use a day off, and I want to fucking kick it with my fucking homies, dude.
Hell
It's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
worth a fucking night, dude. It's like I'm having hella fun.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
seriously,
What's up,
like
dude?
this is a blast. I've been looking forward to it.
Hell
And
yeah.
we
It's
were
hella fun,
definitely
dude.
excited
Like-
about it too. And also, just as a guest on the show, I love to hear you say that, having fun, because that's the main thing that we want to happen when we do these things. Is
Yeah,
just to
I'm
fucking
not bored.
throw
You're not
down.
fucking grilling me about my fucking history or whatever. We're having a good time.
Yeah,
We're fucking talking shit, and we're explaining history of our upbringing. I mean, this is what Cali Death is.
Totally.
Like what we're talking about, that the pound and everything about like the shit that we grew up with. This is like, it really is. I believe what the core of this podcast is. It's like, like
100%.
Cali Death.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking
100%.
cool as fuck, dude.
And when we talk to other people outside of this thing, we just are still representing our little fucking team, and
Yeah.
and when we get to talk to somebody who's been on
See
the team
Joe Puff and Tough over there.
but like having a
I haven't changed
OG,
much.
we're all OGs, bro. We're all OGs, and to just recognize like we're still on this team, it also makes this episode a little different than other episodes because we get to vibe with a homie that's been through thick and thin, all the shit that we were just talking about. We got through all that, and we're here talking about the greatest parts of it.
I know. Andre, do you do a Deathgrave?
Can zombies still tear if they don't have any fucking water in their body, dude?
Just putrefaction fluids,
That's why fucking what'd you call it again?
gases.
What's your character's name?
I don't. There's no name for it. It's
You
like,
called it something
I just
ghoul.
kind of described it earlier as like what do I call
Something
it?
ghoul. Something ghoul.
We got to name it right now.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta
the
name.
shambling ghoul. Like
The
there's no
scambling
name
ghoul,
for it.
dude.
It's just like
Yeah, that thing can't tear,
it's
so
just-
it
it's
just rips
just like-
its eye out and eats it, dude. It's like I can't
yeah,
cry,
it's just
dude. So I'm
it's
just
just
gonna fucking take
it's
it
a fun
out.
vehicle. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a fun vehicle to like display things. And the thing is, like, there's current songs where I'm not like a zombie, where I'm more like a very angry homeless person. Or there's parts where I'm a dog,
It's kind of hard.
and like
to
I just turn into a
differentiate
dog,
now, dude.
like a human dog.
Yeah.
And there's parts where there's lots of ideas. There's a song that we don't really play live anymore, where I'm a very, very elderly person. It's miserable. That one's really fun.
That's cool. So
I kind of
the,
missed that one. We might bring that one back. I'll bring it up to the gang.
well, so
that-
the
that was a
song,
fun
so
one
the,
to
so each song is like it's not, you're not just like playing the character like consistently
I
through
am
the set,
pantomiming the lyrics.
but you're pantomiming the lyrics. Exactly. Okay, so
Yes.
whatever the song represents is what your character. I can't think of a funny name. I was trying to name your character right now. I was going to be like Burkholder. I don't know. I can't think of a name. I'm trying to think of a name. It doesn't have a name. But your character kind of like takes on the ego of the song. That's very kind of cool.
Yeah, sometimes the song is just like a little so kind of out there that like I'll just come up with something to like make up some time when I'm not singing, and I'll just kind of run it. I don't always do something, but I might come up with something fun to do. Like there's like one bit I came up with, which there's this song. It's on the latest record, and it's hard for me to get through practice without laughing. It's called Tony's Deli. It's about Anthony Kiedis. And if Anthony Kiedis like was a cannibal and owned a deli in LA, and there's all these like little Red Hot Chili Peppers like Easter
Dude,
eggs in the lyrics.
I wonder how
And,
red
this is
hot
like-
those chili peppers would be on those
Dude, the
steaming
T-Peps,
sandwiches, dude.
if you will. And it's really fucking funny because like we were just talking one day about how we hate Anthony Kiedis and like how we hate the T-Peps. We're like, Flea's cool, Chad Smith's cool, but like I mean, John Frusciante, like, yeah, sure, but like, Anthony Kiedis just ruins it for everybody. And we were just joking as we were writing this record, and as we were conceptualizing the song, I didn't have, like most of the time when we write, like the music comes first, I come up with patterns, and I come up with lyrics. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's the other way around, very rarely. But this one, I just had this one, and because we were just joking about it at the time when we were writing that song, we just started calling it because it kind of had like this Cannibal Corpse part. And we're like, okay, that's cool. And then when we were talking shit about Anthony Kiedis, So this is inside information for everybody that actually likes the song. Guys, we start calling it Cannibal Ketis at practice. A lot of bands tend to call a song something else before they actually name it.
100%.
And so this one was Cannibal Ketis. And then it comes time to write the lyrics for the song, I'm like, I kind of really want to like stick with it. I could write something really funny. I've been thinking about it. And I put it down on paper, and the band was like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, let's just run it. So I mean, like, I came up with one move where I'm like, got my hand, I'm like eating, I'm just like,
eating your own fingers, dude.
Oh, well, I guess that's what the end. And spin all the fingers back out of the audience and continue with a little high kick. Continue.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dude, that's so crazy that you're saying that right now, because I just literally today started rewatching Tim and Eric's bedtime stories, and I think the second episode is
I've never seen that. I heard it's great.
Okay, so I'm gonna spoil something for you right now, but I gotta say it is the second episode is Bob Odenkirk, and he's a toe surgeon who eats the toe. Like, everybody wants to come and just lose their toes. They're like, ew, dude, I hate my toes. And he clips off the toes and he eats them, dude. And it goes through this thing about being a single dad who fucking eats toes secretly, and it's fucking wild, dude. At 11 minutes of being a single dad who eats toes, and then there's a detective who figures shit out, dude. All in 11 minutes, dude. Jesus. It's crazy, dude. But Andre's eating his own fingers off, so it made me think of the toe eater that I was watching today, dude. Literally today.
Funny. Every now and again, I'll like have the time to go buy props. I'll get some of those Halloween fingers and I'll make some fake blood and I'll bite those off and spit them out, so there's a little bit of blood there when it like flies out. I had like these eyeball candies that someone gave me at the last show. I was like, oh, these made my day. So I just went to the CVS and made a little bit of fake blood, like dipped them in there, so I could had them off to the side, and just like, ate blood, took blood out, like it was all bloody. And went up to some of the audience, like shoved it in their mouth. I was just like, made them chew, and they're like, what's candy? So it's like, it's not a big deal. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. I love the theater. It's like, to me, what's really cool is the, like, you remind me of like Guar if they forgot all their props and like couldn't afford all their props, and then we're just like, whatever, dude, we're gonna make this still.
Well, shout out to Guar.
Yeah, go for it.
Scott Bryan, who does a lot of the effects for Guar, he works with us. He lives in San Francisco, and I'm not sure if you guys were aware of it, but during the shutdown, the Great American Music Hall, we did a live streaming performance on Halloween during the first year of the shutdown, where no one could do anything that Halloween. So they're like, do you guys want to do something here? And they invited us.
That's rad.
I was like, this is a fucking opportunity to make someone very, very happy. Like, Halloween is very important to us.
That's rad.
And it's important to a lot of people. And we went over the logistics of it. And I was like, this is something I've always wanted to do, which is like kind of create a play. And I was able to organize this whole playwright with actors, and we got camera people involved. We were able to build a set and work with Scott Bryan, who works with Guar, works with Ghoul. Shout out to that motherfucker. He is the shit. He's taught me a lot, kind of mentored me as far as like how special effects work. I always thought it was more complicated than it was. But honestly, it's just all about being creative. It's really like simple. Like you just have to like, oh yeah, you make it. You just make it. And it's fucking awesome. And we had so much fucking fun. And we did it live on Halloween. And I was very, very lucky to do so. We had a great set. with a great crew, great actors, and all this shit where like there's like live dismemberments and like fucking all this cool shit, like intestines, babies being pulled out of stomachs, fucking cats getting buried, like getting beaten to death, like all kinds of shit, like pulling fucking shit out of a fucking like body bag and eating it. Like it was like
Adorable.
oh god, I was like sitting there like so we did one dry rehearsal without like everything executed. And then we did another, like right before we went online. I'm sitting in a circle with all the bandmates, all the actors, all the crew, all the camera people, and all the special effects people with the sheet going like, this is the cue here, this is the cue here, this is the cue here. I feel like I feel like I should have had glasses and a bob cut and a fucking ladies suit because I'm a fucking Broadway director. And I'm just like, all right, we're gonna do this. Let's go. Right. It was like so nervous the whole time.
Dude,
It was one of the most fucking rewarding moments of my life.
the
It was so fun
Halloween
to
parties
execute
that I've
something
been
like that
to,
for people that needed it, especially then because no one had anything to do. And I mean, we're not the hugest band in the world, but the amount of tickets that were bought was like the Great American was telling us, they're like, hey, if there was actually people here, it would have been well over capacity. So like that's
Yeah.
very fucking special to me that we were able to bring people some joy. And we talked to several people who have streaming parties and stuff, and that influenced us to make like the music videos that we've made and collaborate with the artists that we made to like create like more visual art like that. And like the music videos we made with Alex Cole, those were fucking fun. We had can't remember the name of the handle. I wish I could give a shout out right now. It's like something beans, but they did a claymation video for us for On All Fours. And we did a video with Douglas Lawler, who's a great filmmaker. He did a video, live action, filmed primarily at the Caravan and some spots in Oakland for Your World Over Here. But they're all like really good music videos, and it gives people that aren't necessarily into heavy music, like we were talking about earlier, an avenue into something that's like this is kind of fun and entertaining, even though you might not be into the approach of heavy music. You can see that there's some fantasy and some fun behind it.
right?
That's
Kind
awesome.
of opens doors for people.
100%.
Well, I also think that a band like Deathgrave and the concepts and lyrics behind that type of music, it's very visual. So going all in on the music video seems like a no-brainer because you're trying to portray, just like you are in the live setting, trying to portray what's going on in the song. And I think we could trace that all the way back to death metal. Everybody tells you in these, even Cannibal Corpse in the interviews, it's just trying to put a horror film to music. Well, but we love the horror film too, so why not make the music video that truly portrays the song? Am I on your level when I say that?
Dude, I totally agree. And it trips me out when I see death metal bands make music videos. It's going to cost a lot of money no matter what. If you're going to get a film crew like do this, and you're going to spend in the upwards of $2,000 to make a video, why not fucking like put the focus on the lyrical content as opposed to like like strobes and like like getting like off time footage of you guys performing a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've all seen that video where it's like, you want to see this band that's like super sick as fuck, and you're hearing the song, and then by all you get is like, footage of like, bass drum. It's like, we get it. You shred. And it's okay to splice in a little bit of like performance video, like, in there. But I think more of the visual aspect is important as far as like, creating something artistic. And I do want to see some performance on there, but I don't think it should be the primary component unless, I mean, it's like that fucking Frank Disembowelment instrumental fucking video that we all love from Cannibal. You know, it's like
Oh
I just
yeah,
watch that every day, all day for the rest of my life.
so good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, fuck yeah,
I mean,
dude.
that's not even an
Well,
official video, but that's like, okay, yeah, that's cool.
that's funny,
Yeah.
actually, too. Just to kind of before we had to wrap this up, like we had what's his name, Ron Jarzenbeck on here, and he was like talking about that frantic disembowelment video about how he
Ron,
like,
Ron, did you guys have? Do you have an episode with Ron?
yeah,
dude.
Oh shit! All right, all right.
Yeah, and he was
Sick.
talking about, because we were talking about the blotted science thing, and then he's all, like I wasn't into death metal, and like I was like slowly trying to get into it, but I like respected it, but I wasn't that into it. And I saw them Cannibal put out that frantic disembowelment video, and Ron was just all like, "This is sick! Like I'm into this." Yeah, it's a whole episode. Look, it's fucking rad. I'll send it to you. But like, yeah, just Ron's kind of like journey into death, like messing with death metal and stuff, and doing all that, because he's like, the scientist of guitar. Like he's always been our one of our biggest.
Your watchtower is the fucking shit, dude.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
Just take a gander at the episodes, dude. I guarantee.
No. I already started. I'm already going down.
Sick, dude.
I've begun. I will.
Dude.
This is my thing. Like, it's been special. Like, kind of watching, like, picking in episodes, and like, I watched one with Charlie because I love Charlie. Charlie Corinne. I'm sure there's other Charlies that you. I'm like, okay, I got to start somewhere because there's hundreds, and they're like, these are long form conversations, kind of like. So,
totally.
like,
I gotta pick at these. 3 hours in right now.
Pretty long.
Are you? Oh fuck!
We're almost 3:10.
I know.
So
we're just broing
The
down.
night awaits me, gentlemen.
Well, I gotta take off here soon because I got a fucking fucked up day.
Of course,
tomorrow.
like I just said.
But dude, thank you for first of all, thank you for taking the fucking day off and fucking hanging out with us, because I know that you had to work today.
That work sucked my dick, dude. This is hell. I'm kicking with my boys.
Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate that so much. Like you taking that day off. That's,
KC, Joel, I fucking love you guys, dude.
Love you too.
I wish I was with you in person. I wish this was like one of those fucking things where we could sit in a panel, maybe in the future.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be amazing. I would love that.
That would be amazing, and we'd love to have you back on too to just come. Let's
talk. You hit me up anytime. I would love
stories, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I'll be your fucking what you call it? Who's the guy who talks shit?
Just like bring him in, like when there's a guy that we all don't agree with, like bring him the shit talker. Just be like, all right, talk some shit, dude.
Like, oh yeah, I really like that one record by like fucking Quarter. It's my favorite one. Grin. It's like Grin fucking sucks. Actually, that's not true. Grin fucking rolls. Grin fucking rolls. I'll just say it.
Yeah, dude.
All right, boys. I love you.
Dude, I love you too, dude. Let's hit that the plugs real quick one more time, really quick.
For sure.
Boom, battleforgecoffee.com. Go drink your coffee there. Generatorrehearsalstudios.com, Oceanside, California. Go jam out there. Eat your bananas, get your potassium. Don't buy shirts from us until the professor tells us further. Yeah, Andre, Deathgrave, where people need to go check that out. Bandcamp, all that kind of shit.
We got a Bandcamp, so it's Bandcamp Deathgrave. You will find our latest record. It's only midnight. Previous records, ton of splits, ton of demos. We have new stuff coming out, not announced, but it will be coming soon. We have some stuff going on out of state, so like Texas and the South, be aware in October. Other than that, if you want to keep up with us on what we're up to, Instagram Deathgrave at Deathgrave408. I think that's how it works. Yes, at Deathgrave408 for the Instagram.
Fuck
yeah. And love y'all.
Yeah, dude. Love you too, dude. And
love you too, man.
Everybody who's hanging out with us live, and loving you if you're listening afterwards.
Hell yeah.
Show the future, boys. Let's try to hang out in person sometime.
Dude, I love that so much, dude. I'll drink.
We're not that far.
There's got to be a good show coming up, but we're all gonna go. I mean, we'll be in the Bay and we'll come hang out. Like there's a DSI coming up. There's
that Morbid Angel fucking Cepho one I think coming up.
Yes.
We'll talk.
All right. We'll talk. That sounds like a good one. A good meetup.
And
Yeah.
yes, dude,
Yeah.
this is so fun. All right, rock
Alright,
on,
see y'all.
everybody.
Yeah,
See
love
you
y'all.
next week.
Rock and roll.
Peace out.
Cheers.
Yee.
Hey.